where your thoughts get drained. Oh, you need an American car. Oh, yeah. I mean, 106-year-olds versus one Anakin who's going to win. Right? He literally did the would you rather like fight 100 first graders or like five adult sized first grade. I don't know. There's like a weird would you rather that goes over that. Well, we know what Anakin chose. So you know, hippies did fight in the Vietnam War. So I think I'm gonna side with the hippie. You know. Uh, oh, okay. KKK. They always win. It's just how. Oh God. Just waiting for it to be clipped and sent out into the void. Yeah. And yeah. Just a little side before that. I don't know if you saw, but Breaking Points, I'm pretty sure it was Sauger who posted that they asked CNN to see if they could post the debate or cover it while it's happening live, and they said no. And he was like, "Oh, they're trying to stop multimedia, like other media, side media, alternative media." I'm like, "Well, okay, well, sure. It's it's the predator copyright. Like it's pretty status quo." To be honest, it's like when live events happen, you can't just cover the MMA fight, even though if you're an MMA commentator, like, mm, yeah, um, before we go into this, I'm overviewing the live video, and I don't think your voice is going into the live video. I heard myself, but like right now, I see you talking, and um, I don't hear anything.
Switched it. Oh, that's not great.
Oh no!
How about now? It
All right,
switched
well, we got to give it that 5 seconds to
that
catch
five
up.
second delay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Because of your great service, I have a
Yeah.
reward for you. Oh, you can hear it now.
Um.
Can I be heard?
No. I was just saying. Yeah. And like,
Oh. Well, here as a reward.
you did pop up in the live feed, so
Does it now? Can I now be heard?
yeah,
Okay. Good. All
you
right.
are now heard.
Cool. I've been trying to.
You now have a voice.
Did you hear
We
that?
saved Christmas.
Did you hear that?
Yes.
Okay, cool. They heard it too. I was playing through both. I have a mixer, by the way. Side announcement that no one cares about. I have a mixer, so now I can be slightly more annoying during the stream. Because also I'll be able to do voice changes, or at least we're working on that. But for now, enjoy.
Oh God.
Okay.
It's all coming to fruition.
It is coming. Now we're disc jockeys. So now we're disc jockeys with annoying ass air horns. Oh yeah. Okay, let's get into the preview. So again, as I mentioned, they're doing the debate tomorrow with Joe Biden and Donald Trump. So now I'm just gonna close my windows. Damn. Neighbor children are loud. Anyway, the debate's tomorrow, and we're going to do our best to see how it's going to be. We can't look into the future because unlike Palpatine, we aren't fucking space wizards. So the best thing we can do is reference the past. Oh, and literally as I'm looking this video up, fucking Joe Biden commercial comes up. Hold on, give me a moment. I'm gonna go close. I'm gonna close the window. Give me a moment.
Well, you just said I'm also gonna close my window, because why not?
And the closed window didn't do shit all. Okay. Careful. You're giving the snipers your location.
Look, in solidarity, I close my window so I can also experience the same heat death that you will also experience.
Oh my god, it doesn't even help. I need to get sound foam. It's been something that I've been thinking about forever, but the room's already so hot. I can't imagine adding another 10 degrees. So. Oh, by the way, Joe Biden needs you. So now report to the front and defend democracy.
Yeah. Will you step up to defend Biden? Will you step up to give him money?
Screw it. Let's see what he has to say.
Least favorite part of running for office?
I bet it is. I bet it is, you money-sucking goblin.
How hard you work. But if you can afford it, I can't tell you how grateful I'd be to have your support today. The truth is I can't win without folks like you.
Oh, yeah.
In 2020, we defeated Trump by a razor-thin margins, thanks to countless grassroots supporters chipping
Make me feel special.
in a few bucks at a time. Look,
Hell yeah.
We're just as tight this time around. In a race this close, every single dollar makes a difference. I don't ask this lately, but $5 or $10 or whatever you can spare would mean so much to Kamala and me. And thank you for considering us. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Where is Kamala?
In the
I
fucking...
haven't seen anything about Kamala for so long, for like over a year. She doesn't exist.
In the fucking broom closet where she belongs.
Paper forms. Probably in the broom closet.
Just kidding. Just kidding. All those people out there who want me dead. She's actually in the basement. Because, you know,
like,
gotta put a black woman down, am I right?
Well, talking about black women, I heard more about Michelle Obama during her time as, woman, Miss President or First Lady.
Lady President, or no, not Lady President. Is it Lady President?
Well, she's First Lady. She's the First Lady.
Yeah.
I heard more about Michelle Obama as the First Lady than I did as Kamala for Vice President, which I think is sort of weird. Considering the power of a vice president, you can do stuff. There were some things at the beginning of the presidency where Kamala was trying to champion some programs, but nothing. Also, Joe Biden's wife, nothing. I haven't heard her do anything. Maybe they feel like it's not her place, right? Nobody heard about George Bush's wife. Michelle Obama had some programs. Nancy Reagan had the "Don't Do Drugs" campaign. But
and it worked out so well, didn't it?
Yeah.
Belong in a museum, not your office.
Just say no.
Easy to automate your work so you can send paper processes packing. Go from idea to work.
Sorry, Nancy, I didn't say no hard enough.
Workflow in minutes with FormStack.
But are you willing?
Oh, before we get into this, just so you guys know, this is not any of those watching in the future. This is the 2020 debate. We are watching this so we can get an idea for how tomorrow's shit show will go. Because fuck knows it'll probably go like this.
To predict the future, we look at the past. And they've already done this before. We're having round 2.
Hell yeah, baby. Time is moving in a circle.
Tonight, to condemn white supremacists and militia groups.
Stand back and stand by.
Will you shut?
Listen, are you in favor of law and order?
I'm in favor of law. You follow
Are you
it
in
and a
favor
little bit
of law and order? Go
Yes,
ahead,
I'm in
say
favor.
it.
You
Everybody's
asked a
in favor
question,
of
let him finish.
Law and order.
Loses
Let
law
him-
and
let
order.
him- let him-
Law and order with justice, where
Okay.
people get treated fairly.
So, if I remember right, when I saw the rules from CNN,
Yeah.
they said that when it's like when they ask Joe Biden a question, the other person's mic will be off. So when they ask
Thank
Biden a question,
God.
Trump's mic should be off, and when Trump is asked a question, Biden's mic will be off. Which is honestly, like, why haven't they done this before?
Well, it wasn't necessary before.
Well, it's been necessary since 2016. At least. Like,
Well,
they should have made changes according to like the fucking primary debates. So you look at the primary in 2016 with Trump, Marco Rubio, Ted Cruz. Like that shit was like a shit show. They were just talking over each other all the time.
Cheeto Man
And,
has
like,
brought
back
down
then, they should have
politics.
started, muting mics when it's not your turn to speak.
Cheeto Man brought down politics.
He sort of did. He sort of just changed, at least for sure for debates. He changed the landscape.
Now the shit flinging competition. To be fair, it was always kind of like that, except now we're just. I feel like we're being more real about it than we used to be.
Yeah, well, like Trump calling was a Marco Rubio a robot.
Small
for saying
hand.
the same
Oh,
talking
small hand,
points,
small
and then
cock.
he broke down to the same talking points.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say small hand, small cock. Mark Rubio.
Yeah.
Cause man, that was devastating. Oh wait. That was Mark. I think Mark told that to Trump, right?
I don't remember.
No, yeah, I think
Maybe it was
Rubio.
Mark Rubio to Trump because
Yeah,
Trump was the one who had the whole thing about small hands.
No, I think
People said Trump
Mark
had
called
small
him
hands.
short. I think Mark called him no. I think Donald
Trump
called
called
Mark
Mark.
short, and then Mark said, "You have small hands and a small cock, Donald." And I'm like,
then,
good burn, but weird burn at the same time.
and then Trump also made fun of Ted Cruz's wife.
And
then
then
Ted Cruz praised Trump.
and then like the
And all his history.
like the cuckold that he was, he took a picture smiling in Donald's plane with him.
Yep. And then he said his dad was like the Zodiac killer.
Oh my god.
So,
He was in on the meme? Donald was in on it?
well, yeah, like, I'm pretty sure Trump's the one who started the meme,
Oh my
if I
god.
remember right. Take it with a grain of salt.
All right, let's continue on.
Mr. President, I'm the moderator of this debate, and I would like you to let me ask my question, and then you can answer.
Go ahead.
Shut up and read me a bedtime story. I forgot your name, but you fucking look like you should read bedtime stories.
Your
He's
party
pretty
wants
old.
to go.
Well, I'm the moderator here. Please listen to me. No, go read a fucking
But you
bedtime
literally have the
story.
power to turn off their mics.
Go read a fucking
You could
bed.
just do
no,
that.
No. I'm gonna sit here and act indignant. Go read a fucking book. Go home. Go read
Like,
an
as a
audio
moderator,
book.
you should be able to like project power and have people listen to you, right? You're the moderator.
I
You're
am the
referee.
moderator. I told you to stop. I said stop.
Yeah, and at least this year, they want to change it. So now instead of just telling you to stop, they'll make you stop by muting the mics.
Now, I
So,
swear to God, if the line is, I am the moderator and I have asked you to stop, I swear to God, if they even go through the trouble. Like,
yeah.
Jesus Christ. Just cut the mic. Don't even try. Donald's gonna... In fact, you make Donald look better by letting him talk over you. Okay? Big, strong man. Grug, talk over little Grug. Big Grug, stronger than tiny Grug. So, just,
Socialist
My
medicine
party is
and
me.
socialist
Right
healthcare.
now, I am
And
the
they're going to
Democratic
dominate
Party.
you, Joe. You know that.
I am the Democratic Party right now. The platform of the
Not according
Democratic
to
Party
Harris.
is what I, in fact,
you know what's crazy? Biden actually looks younger in this.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
He
That's...
looks so much, just the less wrinkly.
Yeah.
You know, they say like when you become president, you lose like 10 years, right?
God.
Like you just get aged like Obama.
He's
President is-
82! There's
Yeah.
nowhere left to go!
Yeah. No, Biden's had a rough rough couple years in the office.
Approved of. First of all, I guess I'm debating you, not him, but that's okay. I'm not surprised.
The fact is that everything he's saying so far is simply a lie. I'm not here to call out his lies. Everybody knows he's a liar.
But you
I just
agree.
want to
Hey,
make sure.
Joe, you're the liar.
I want to make sure.
Graduated last in your class, not first in your class.
I want to make
Mr.
sure.
President, can you let him...
You ever had one of those relatives who like will argue with you, but then like halfway through the argument won't even let you talk anymore?
Yeah, because they just want their piece to be put through. They
Oh.
only want to hear themselves. It's very annoying.
Fucking on and on and on. You know what? I'm gonna do this. You can't even hear it, but you know what? No, you deserve to hear it too. There you go. All right.
It's gross.
Oh yeah.
I'm finished, sir.
No, he doesn't know how to do that. He has,
You'd be
you know,
surprised.
you picked
Be surprised.
the
Go ahead,
wrong
Joe.
guy, the wrong night at the wrong time.
Listen.
That was really a productive segment, wasn't it? This is the same man
It's
who
all
told
set
you
up.
by Easter this would be gone away. By the warm weather, it'd be gone. Miraculous, like a miracle. And by the way, maybe you could inject some bleach in your arm. That would take care of it. This is the
That
same
was
man.
sarcastic.
That was the whole issue relating to COVID.
Oh my god, that is sarcasm. God, I love how the president of the free fucking world can just say, "Well, actually, I was just kidding, LOL."
Yeah.
Bruh, you're the president. You don't get the kid anymore. You don't get the joke. You're the goddamn president of the United
Especially when
States.
I think you're able to kid about some things.
Not
You're able to
online.
just-
Not on like public. Not on like.
The thing is, when so many people believe it,
Yeah, like,
it's like, and you know people believe it.
and you
I don't think
tactically
you should
you make
joke about it.
you make tactical cuts to your speech with that in
Yeah.
mind. Okay,
He still hasn't even acknowledged that he knew this.
let's go a little deeper. Why should voters trust you more than your opponent to deal with race issues? Okay.
Country want and demand law and order, and you're afraid to even say it.
But look, the vast majority of police officers are good, decent, honorable men and women. They risk their lives every day to take care of us. But there are some bad apples.
If he ever got to run this country and they ran it the way he would want to run it, we would have
We
our
would run it
suburbs
the
would be
way-
gone. By the way, our suburbs would be gone.
I love this. I love how Biden literally just says, "Hey, cops are cool. Some of them can be mean, but cops are cool." And then you got Donald on the left just going, "They're gonna take your suburbs. They're gonna take your wife. They're gonna take your fucking children."
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Literally, the suburbs will be gone. They'll drop a nuclear bomb that says ghetto on it.
It'll make
and it'll bring
everyone
it to your
gay
front porch. Yeah, and then everyone will also be gay.
and trans, gay and trans.
Yeah.
And you would see problems like you've
He
never
would
seen.
know a suburb unless he took a wrong turn.
Oh, I know suburbs.
He would not.
So much
I was
better.
raised.
Go ahead. Wait a minute.
I was raised in the suburbs. What's
I was raised in the burb, yo. I was raised in the burb, yo.
And weirdly enough, that's actually like a criteria here. It's like, were you literally raised in like a McMansion in the Hamptons, or were you raised in a suburb? I don't know Biden's background enough, but I know that he wasn't nearly as rich as Trump. So, at least growing up.
Well, now they're both wealthy oligarchs, so you know.
Well, yeah, now they're both oligarchs. But like, Trump, what was it? Trump said he had a small loan of $1 million from his dad, right?
Absolutely perfect.
Like, how out of lockstep do you need to be? How out of touch?
Hey! Free plug. Appreciate you.
what really is a threat to the suburbs and their safety?
To the
is his
burbs.
failure to deal with
Nespresso.
Sorry.
There you go.
That's the real problem with the burbs is the lack of Nespresso. Screw you guys. You guys like drain water from African lakes.
Presents.
Maybe Biden drinks this before going on to the debate. You know, maybe he gets a little sip of that good old American Joe.
Oh, you know, on a
And-
complete side note, like total conspiracy, but the drug cocktail, God, like who, like maybe you should just, maybe we should just follow the stocks of certain painkillers and like stimulants to see whether or not they spike in price right before the debate. You know, just
Yeah.
just the literal freaking cocktail for Biden to stay alive just a little longer. Okay,
It's
let's.
like in the DC area. How many 7-Eleven Rhino pills have been sold? Like, did the stocks go up on the Rhino pill?
Yes,
Was
they...
it specifically the 7-Eleven across the street from Biden's house?
Turns out you can predict presidential elections by the number of rhino pills bought.
Yeah. It's
They're down in the
fantastic.
suburbs.
Who bought more rhino pills? Well, they have more power.
You know, if you want to switch seats, we could
very quickly.
We could do that. You have repeatedly criticized the vice president for not specifically calling out Antifa and other left-wing
That's right.
extremist groups. But are you?
God, Antifa went absolutely nowhere.
Yeah.
Holy shit. BLM went on longer than Antifa. BLM's like still kind of around. Antifa is really only present in like Oregon.
Oregon, yeah, like Oregon, Portland.
Yeah, not even in
Maybe
Oregon
Berkeley?
prop. Oh yeah, maybe
Berkeley,
Berkeley.
they're sort of there, but like they're not nearly as prominent.
Not nearly. Maybe a little in Seattle, maybe, but like, God, man, that such a paper tiger of an organization. So.
Yeah. At least in the U.S. I know, like in Europe,
Oh,
Antifa
yeah.
group is stronger, but like, so are the neo-Nazis.
Yeah, but I would
So,
say like they have
it's
actual.
like everything's just a bit more extreme,
Europe.
a bit stronger.
Europe has a terminal anger issue. They're angry at themselves for letting their glorious empire fall to ruin.
And like I can't wait for the debate to come up, and they're like not addressing each other at all, and they're just saying a bunch of random shit.
Just talking.
That probably doesn't even really have to do with the question they're asked. And they
tangentially.
Yeah, tangentially.
Oh God. Let's skip ahead again.
And like Biden wins if he doesn't look totally senile. I feel like that's the standard.
That's all Biden really has to do is it's like a boxing match where one opponent already got all the points and all he needs to do is just not get knocked out for another like few rounds.
Yeah.
That's all he has to do.
Yeah. Or like an exhibition match. Just gotta last. I was about to make a comparison. Be like, Biden is Logan Paul, Trump is Mike Tyson. He just needs to last the 3 minutes. But no, I shouldn't call Trump Mike Tyson.
Oh. Things. Why?
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Is it a bad person?
It is a bad person.
More divided and more violent. When I was vice president, we inherited a recession. I was asked to fix it. I did. We left him a booming economy, and he caused the recession.
Mr. President, your campaign.
Okay, so the whole like I look down at the podium thing. Why? 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 Are you tired? Does every time you talk, does like your back hurt?
Yeah, that's another angle, right? Like,
yeah.
He keeps looking down. Is he looking at pre-made answers?
Or is he
He's
resisting the urge to fall asleep?
Yeah. He's a little sleepy. His head feels heavy. His eyes
heavier,
droopy, heavy.
Yeah.
I don't want to do an Eminem lyric right now, but
he's just thinking about that lazy boy he has sitting at home.
Yeah. His dog that bites everybody, and he's like, "Oh, if only I can be back." Oh no.
Both sides would get 2-minute answers uninterrupted. Well, your side agreed to it, and
yeah, my side agreed to it, but I didn't agree to it.
why don't you observe what your campaign agreed to as a ground rule, okay, sir?
He never keeps his word. Can you add back?
No, I'm not asking. That was a rhetorical question.
Can you
Go
add
ahead,
back
sir.
30 seconds?
Yeah,
Okay,
yes,
okay.
you may have.
All right.
Go ahead.
He was not a loser. He was a patriot.
All right, a legitimate issue that I hate about Donald is that the guy kind of.
Oh, I need to
Go do your thing.
I'm gonna knock at my door. Be right back.
All right, I'll vamp. So, I think I hate about Donald the most is the guy acts very what's the word? Not presidential. I hate that line. Okay, if you agree to a rule, if you agree to a set of ground rules for a debate and you don't abide by them, it just shows you the kind of person you're dealing with. This is not a civility thing. This is just simply, hey, these are the rules of the debate. The debate is supposed to give the American people an idea of who they're voting for. So when you violate the rules that you've agreed to, you're making the election worse for everybody. But I guess you could argue someone like Donald wouldn't care about Biden voters because they're not voting for him. Donald only cares about people as far as they feed his ego. Whether or not they support him, whether or not they vote for him, whether or not they they love him in some form. That's really all that matters, I think. And it's very annoying because and the reason I think this is because he can act like this, because if Biden acted like this, breaking his own promise that he made to the debate, cutting off people, being a loud ass, I feel like a lot of conservative types would go to town with that and say, oh, look at him. He doesn't know how to act like a fucking grown-ass man. But it's okay when Cheeto Man does it. So, it's very hypocritical to see this kind of behavior come out of the Republicans, because this is the type of shit SJWs were doing back in the day. Getting belligerent, getting angry, becoming incensed. And here we are, watching a grown man do it on stage in front of millions of people in over dozens of countries. Wonderful. That's why to a lot of people who are liberal, Donald is embarrassing. Yeah, Biden is going to fall asleep on stage. Donald will just get us nuked. Or start the nukes. He'll launch the nukes, and we'll get retaliated on, and then more nukes. So, that's where we are. Man, we hadn't had a president with decent hair in a while either. Just on a complete side note. Like, just a bunch of balding ass old men for like the last couple. Except Obama. Obama had alright hair, but Obama had pretty like boring hair.
Sorry for my absence. It had to do with the dog food.
Oh my god.
But all is well now.
Yum yum. All right, you wanna keep going through this, or do you wanna move on?
Yeah, we can move on.
All right, let's go. So we might get a slightly improved debate, whether or not they actually do manage
I think it'll also be worse, because Biden is probably not. Look, it was true that back then he was also pretty incoherent, and he overperformed.
He did overperform.
Well, he did overperform during the debates. I remember like looking at the debates and like, oh wow, look, he actually looks sort of like there. He looks like he's not getting lost in his own mind. But 3-4 years of degradation, of White House degradation, which is like 10 times the regular degradation of the mind. I'm going to guess that it'll probably be worse in his performance, probably worse Trump performance. But yeah, I mean, the moderators will probably be better because they have the power to mute.
Biden is 81 years old. He will get out of office at 86. Or no, 85. So, or wait. Yeah. 86. He'll be done as president at 86 years old. So, and mind you, being president adds a couple years. So the man's probably going to be like 90, 95 by the time he's done. Mm-hmm. And holy shit. Look. This is going to be a test how good that goddamn presidential medications are, man. Because those presidential doctors and those presidential medicines, there's going to be a real motherfucking test of all that. You want to see how space age the government's medical care is? We're about to find.
Can it repair Biden?
Remember that scene? Oh God, I know people are gonna hate me for this, but you remember The Last Jedi? Wait, hold on. Do you remember how Palpatine was like hanging from like a machine? Oh my God, no.
Oh yeah.
In Google, this is Biden at the next debate.
He just be plugged in with like a bunch of steroid pipes and little hoses filled with freaking stimulants,
painkillers, and all that. Here he is. Just it'd be funnier too, like if he just comes down from like, oh my God. The CGI for Palpatine looks kind of terrible, actually. Just on a complete, like...
That was a little rough.
Oh, God, it looks terrible. I get he's supposed to look undead, but, like... It just looks bad. Okay, anyway. Biden just comes down from the fucking ceiling, like in this. Just like...
It's gross.
Donald, I don't think you're right to be president of the dark side. I mean the United States.
He's pretty much might as well be Palpatine to all the Palestinians, but
yeah,
fitting all the bills,
complete
all the check marks.
Complete side note, but I mean maybe we could. I mean I can just repeat it. I don't mind. But I hate to say it because it's sort of obvious, but people always ask like, why, why, you know, God, gay people in Palestine, like why support, like, if you're pro like Palestinian, how can you be pro gay? And it's like, thought about that for a moment, and it's like both sides are killing them pretty good. And some people like to compare, Israel is a more free country than Palestine. And on the surface, that's kind of true, right? Like,
Yeah.
they have bills of rights, they have laws and all that. But then think about it logically for a few minutes. Just for a few minutes. They control a territory with over 8 million, several million people if you count both the West Bank and Gaza, who have no rights to vote, who cannot vote, who cannot leave the territory, cannot change citizen status.
So, like, if you just happen to be the people they're oppressing, then you're gonna have a rough time.
If you happen to just be like half the country, half the population anyway in the region. So just keep that in mind.
I'm pretty sure apartheid Africa was really good if you were white, right? Like, and, I'm pretty sure if you were the God's chosen race,
I guess,
then you had a good time.
I guess it just shows how dehumanized Palestinian people are, though, because when we compare, like, Israel has more rights than Palestine, we don't even think about Palestinians in that equation. Like, they don't even come up. Like, oh, well, like, they don't matter. Like, obviously Hamas isn't gonna run any elections, but, like, it ain't up to Hamas. Like, it never was. It was, it's probably not even up to the authority, the West Bank authorities. I bet you that honestly, the only group who really could make Palestinian democracy is Israel. Very controversial, and I'll explain. The way they make Palestinian democracy is by getting the fuck out of Palestine and letting them get recognized. But, until that point, we're just stuck in this situation. But the casual dehumanization of them, it's crazy. I guess we should screw it. We'll just go right into it real quick. Since, we only have 4 minutes. I guess, actually, we should probably wait on it.
Alright.
Because, we'll preview the story a little bit. I can cut it when we edit.
Well, the next thing... Oh, okay, this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut it around a little bit since we're already kind of talking about,
Okay.
So intense phase of Israel's war with Hamas, or the genocide, whichever one you want to call it, is drawing to a new phase. So, that means that the offensive in Gaza will end soon. There's a really good YouTube channel called Kings and Generals who does monthly updates on this. I haven't caught the latest one yet, but he's really good if you want to stay up to date on Gaza or Ukraine. And yeah, right now he would only accept a partial ceasefire deal. It would not end the war, but it would allow some people to be, humanitarian aid to get through and exchange a few hostages. This new phase would allow a shift to focus to the simmering conflict in the northern border with Lebanon. So basically what's happening is they believe they've defeated Hamas, or at the very least enough to a point where they can move their forces, because as far as I know, they basically took over most of the city. Almost all of it. I think Rafah, they even send patrols through Rafah. So even if they don't fully control that part of the city yet, it's done. It's basically done. I mean, if you look at the battle map right now, it's done. And I guess what the question now is, what will a post-war Palestine look like? Because will Israel allow all these Middle Eastern countries to pour their support into Palestine? Shit, will those Middle Eastern countries even follow through? Because let's be honest, a lot of them, Egypt especially, looking at Egypt out of all of them, likes to do a lot of hand-wringing, and they like to do a lot of, what's the word, where they, like to symbolically do stuff or say they'll do things, but then never actually do it. Like, opening up the humanitarian corridor, but then only letting 2,000 people through a day. Like, shit like that. Egypt's going back and forth on it. Do you think the two-state solution will happen, or do you think they're going to keep Palestine in this gray legal state even after the war? Because right now the U.S. seems like it doesn't have any indicators. We made our position clear. We are not going to keep responding to the Prime Minister's political statements, a White House official told NBC News. Okay. Gallant told U.S. envoy Amos Hochstein at a meeting Monday that the transition to Phase C in the war in Gaza will impact the developments on all fronts. So, this is, there's another part to this. I guess I should mention it. We only got a minute and 23 seconds. Will the war spread out from here? Because now they're focusing on attacking the Lebanese faction, or the Lebanese flavor of Hezbollah. So Hezbollah, for those of you who don't know, is a terrorist organization north of Israel. They've been targeting, they've been attacking, actually, the north of Israel for a few months now. If you've seen a video, actually, here, some of you may have seen this. Those of you who may have seen this video, you could see Israeli soldiers are shooting, burning debris.
When it comes to tickets,
into the border. They're using bows and catapults. The reason they're doing this is because Lebanon is using the trees and the foliage to hide and attack their bases in the north. So this is where the war gets interesting, because now there's a solid shot the war might spill over the border. And that is going to be really interesting to watch, because the U.S. might get involved. And a lot of countries might get involved. So, dangerous times. But that's about it. Alright, host has ended the meeting. I have to now start a new one. But yeah, the war right now is, I wouldn't say coming to an end. However, I would say is approaching a new, very important phase. This is the point where we will figure out what Israel's plans are for the region, what they, how they intend to treat the people in the region going forward. And also, this could be upside or downside depending on who you are. Israel is now in a position that they can respond to Palestinian critique without appearing weak. Without appearing like they did any half measures, which obviously 35,000 some people, I mean, hell of a fucking half measure, but that is the way this works. That's the way war works, right? You can't look weak. Especially to the enemies. But, now that they're in this position, now that they're in the power position, maybe, hopefully, they might be more respondent to diplomacy. Also, one last thing about this war that I think is something that I've been wanting to talk about is, I wonder if karma will ever come back to bite these people in the ass, because a lot of these people have outright cheered on the destruction of Palestine. In fact, a lot of folks have, they've been selling land, I think over in LA, near where we live. There was a real estate event where they actually sold chunks of Rafah, chunks of Palestinian land, and they laugh about it. And that's the thing that I guess I wonder the most out of all this, is that there have been some actors who have acted very fucking inhumanely, very disgusting behavior on the fact of many of these nationalistic Israelis. And I guess I just wonder, will those people ever come back around? Will those people ever regret the things they did or feel bad for the things they did? Will they be able to, say things like never again, or we must remember we can never let the world forget? Will they be able to say those things with a straight face? Will they be able to just forget all of this? And if they do so, they're able to forget. Is that how dehumanized the Palestinian people are in the heads of these people? Because they're that easy to forget. Oh, well, we killed them. We're done killing them now, and we took their shit. We took their land. Yeah, the Nazis did to us, but it's okay when we do it to others because reasons. Power, right? Power. We have the power to, and no one has the power to stop us. So, just like the Nazis, by the way. Anyways, I wonder where my co-host is. All right, well. Oh, I see him. Okay, well, have some technical difficulties. We'll continue on the show for a little bit while my co-host is finagling. Oh, he is back. Whoa. Yo, good time? Good time to talk or no?
Angling. I think the connection's good now, but we'll see.
Oh, it's getting hot. Okay, let's get through this.
Yep.
Fuck. All right. So, we're going to talk about, we're going to preview the debate. We have a deep dive planned for the third-party candidates. Announcement. But, while we are working on that, we are going to cover some of the stuff they're doing in the meantime, one of them being RFK. So, as we mentioned, the debate is tomorrow. And in order, historically, to meet the criteria for a debate, you need to be at least 15% in polls. RFK...
Yeah, across the nation.
RFK, as we've seen, has been anywhere from 7 to 15, depending on who you look at. Was it 7 to 10? What was the Fox News one? The highest one?
Well, there was a Fox one that put him at about 10.
Okay, so not 15, sorry. 7 to 10?
Yeah.
Hello.
And there's some argument that, they're playing a bit of ping pong. Right?
Yeah.
Right? They're throwing the ball at each other's courts. Because some people believe that, RFK will be a Ross Perot, but who will he fuck over, right? Ross Perot fucked over the Republican candidate when Bill Clinton was running, right? Because the third party is either going to take from Republican or Democrat. And maybe the Republicans are like, you know what? Let's try to get him a good poll. Let's see if we can get him in there.
I have an answer for you.
Democrats.
I have an answer for you.
Some people say he takes more from the Republicans, and I think polls show that he probably does take more from Republicans.
I have an answer. I have an answer. My totally non-professional, off-the-cuff answer. Neither. And the reason I say that is because he's not going to be in the debate. But
that's true.
But he will pretend he's in the debate.
That's the key. Is to do a weird MTV special where he just cuts himself in between politicians, real politicians. Because I don't think RFK has held office before, despite being a Kennedy and trying to rep the Kennedy name.
So,
and I say that because in his website he talks about continuing JFK's legacy.
So do you guys want to see? So, since RFK is being unconstitutionally and immorally denied entry into the election debates, he said he's going to actually just pretend he's in the debate instead and answer all the same questions that Joe Biden and Donald Trump do during the debate. He is literally just going to, pretend he's at the debate. Filming, like I could just imagine, this, and then next to him is, Donald and Biden, and he's, cut between them. And,
yeah.
Oh, my God. Okay.
It's going to be gross.
It's going to be great. So let's hear his plans. But I'm jumping the gun though. What's his plans? How is he going to do it?
appears that both President Trump and President Biden are afraid to debate me.
Poor baby.
Campaigns are colluding with CNN.
Poor RFK.
Off the debating stage. Hi, I'm Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and I'm running as an
Now,
independent candidate for president of the United
You could argue that even the 15% margin is them colluding.
Oh, it's
because,
stupidly high.
Yeah.
We've had this talk off the show. I think it should probably be somewhere between 5 to 10, because
And to
no
be
one
fair,
gets the 15.
Like, you could argue that, before this, there was the Presidential Debate Commission. There was a commission, like a third party that would host the debates.
Mm-hmm.
But it was also created by Democrats and Republicans, in part. So you could argue that even though it's like a third party and not exactly done
Bipartisan,
by R
supposedly.
or D, yeah, it was supposed to be bipartisan, but bipartisan doesn't care about the third.
Yeah, but I say
third
bipartisan don't include the third, motherfucker.
Yeah, the tripartisan. But and then especially this time, they're not going through that group.
Yeah.
They're doing it themselves. Where the Republican campaign and the Democrat campaign, they're talking together with CNN to host it. So really, if they wanted to, they could have lowered the rules to let RFK in. If they really wanted to, they could have been like, all right, you know what? Let's throw in our Ross Perot. Let's throw in the third party.
Well, you know,
But they decided not to.
nothing kills democracy faster than voting. So
I guess you really couldn't even blame it on the third party commission, on the third party corporation that would hold it before. Now you really could just blame it on Biden and Trump, because they're the ones pretty much setting the rules with CNN, right?
let's see what he has to say. Let's see what our revolutionary hero RFK has to say about all that.
States. The two other candidates don't agree on much, but they do agree about excluding me from that stage.
Poor baby Zulu.
That's why the Washington Post reported on May 17th that, quote, Biden's advisors quickly let it be known that they had not agreed to any terms that could include Kennedy.
Yeah.
The Post also reported that, quote, one of the CNN producers on a Wednesday call with Trump aides had explained at the time that, quote, RFK Jr. will not be on the stage.
Gotta love that sweet democracy.
While I'm flattered to know that President Biden and President Trump are frightened by the prospect of debating me,
They're not. You got brain worms, man. It's just they don't want. They just don't. You have a funny position in politics, actually, unique, frankly. You are a spoiler, and we have no fucking clue which side you're spoiling.
Yeah. Some people say it's Republican. Some people say it's Democrats. He was originally running as a Democrat, but as time went on, polls showed that he was also going to take a good amount from Republicans as well.
Yeah.
So, like, he's really down the middle, going to spoil both sides. And I don't think either side wants to take the gamble.
Yeah, no,
Right.
I think that's really what it is. I think a part of the reason they're hostile to RFK is because, yeah, they legitimately can't predict who he's going to fuck over more. Because they could have easily allowed someone with 10% to get in. But, because honestly, someone with 10%, like, even if they did great, even if, let's say RFK secretly was like a mega brain genius, even if he won both debates, he still probably won't win.
Yeah.
So, it's like...
He might not even win a state, because it was a Ross Perot got, what was around like 20%?
Mm-hmm.
More than 20 of the national vote, and he didn't even win any states. However, what would be good is that it shows that their parties are viable, or at least that they have a higher chance, and it doesn't feel like a fluke when you send them your vote, right? It
Yeah.
doesn't feel like you just lost your vote.
That actually, yeah, at the very least, like, if you're able to continue building on that kind of action, 20% can turn in, yeah, like, that's huge. Especially if you can turn that into local elections, like the Libertarians managed to. It could actually become pretty big. The Libertarians are now a large, sizable minority, but they're very fucking loud. Louder than... The only people who I think are louder than Libertarians are fucking evangelicals. So... It worked. It's a tactic that works. However, the only difference here is that Libertarians did bleed, or not bleed, they soaked into the existing party. But I feel like that's the fate of all parties as the system stands. So, I mean, the best we can get is, what would you call it, like reformist factions? Is that what we'd call it? Is that the right term?
You could call it that. Hell, even Ross Perot's party was called the Reform Party. But,
Arg. Nice. Well, let's continue. Oh, oops.
although that party was literally just his campaign, and like he made the party based off his campaign. So like, it wasn't like he joined like the third party.
Complete side note: we found out about the Unicorn Party the other day.
Yeah.
Another
All
defunct
the
party.
quote unquote viable third parties that entered in alternative media debate stages.
America's Peanut Gallery, gentlemen.
Sad.
Shutting me out of that debate makes a mockery.
No, RFK.
It's not just about trying to silence me as a candidate. It's also an attempt to stifle the ideas that I represent, and both of these candidates would rather not talk about. For example, the bloated $34 trillion national debt, which they both contributed to, the forever wars that they both support, the chronic disease epidemic that is debilitating our children and over which they presided, the toxic polarization in our country which is tearing us apart and which both of them feed upon and profit from, and the corruption of the federal agencies which neither of them knows how to stop, even if they want
It's like in rhetoric, I don't necessarily disagree with him, but like, as usual, like politicians do, they don't really strictly talk about policy. Like he's like, yes, I want to do this, I want to do that. How are you going to do it? With fairness and justice and with the
Liberty
American
for
apple pie to
all.
serve it for every American. Like, how the fuck are you gonna do this? Like, how are you going
RFK,
to
they
stop
killed
the
your
division?
cousins.
Yeah.
They killed all your cousins, man.
Maybe that's why he can't explicitly say he's going to break up the CIA, because then he'll get shot.
Yeah, exactly.
Or he'll just not get let into the debate stage because they don't need to shoot you. They could just tell you to fuck off.
They could just make it 15% and
Yeah,
fuck
they
you
just
over
make it
forever.
and- Yeah, and you don't win.
to. President Biden and President Trump know I'll come in with tough questions which neither of them want to answer.
Okay,
That's
but
why they
like,
want-
We don't want you to ask questions. We want you to have answers, my guy.
technically, you're not interviewing them, RFK. Sorry to say, that's not exactly how a debate works.
I think the brainworms are talking again.
And we bring up the brainworms not because of like it's a silly little joke, but it is a fact, not fiction, that RFK said that he had brainworms. All right. So when you're talking, and looking at Biden, like, oh, look at him, his brain's degenerated. RFK's had a little bit of it carved out, right? A little organic lobotomy.
Oh wait, guys, don't worry. I got a picture of RFK's brain.
Fuck. Oh my god.
Hey, I'm helping RFK. I'm thinking for him.
That's perfect.
debating me. Whether or not they succeed, I'm going to keep talking about these issues and making them visible to the American people, and I'm never going to back down. What I need right now is a megaphone to broadcast these ideas on and off the debating stage, and I need your support to get them.
Okay, so what does he plan to do? Let's just read it. So NPR says here that in an interview with NPR's Morning Edition, she insists there will be a three-way debate. Now, who is this person who says that there will be a three-way debate? Kennedy's campaign manager, Amaryllis Fox Kennedy. She claimed falsely that there will be a three-way debate. But later Tuesday after morning, the campaign announced the real debate, counter-programming. Ooh, what does that mean? Where Kennedy will answer the same debate questions live on a website and streaming on X social. I'm going to be on that debate stage with or without their permission, RFK said in a video.
What's that group, Anonymous? He's gonna like hack the broadcast and put himself there.
Oh, no. I got you. I'll show you how he plans on doing it. So, I'll show you. So
Yeah. What he's gonna do is he's gonna like tape over it.
No. I'll show you. I got you.
Or is it gonna be like a TikTok video?
So there's Biden.
Effect?
So there's Biden.
Yeah.
Okay. See how they're both right there, right?
Yeah.
And then to the left there will be RFK.
Yeah, to the left there'll be RFK talking.
Answering the same debate questions as these two stallions. Okay?
God.
Brainworms. Yay! Oh, man. RFK's cooked.
He's cooked. He's done.
Yeah.
He could give up.
But he won't.
No.
Okay, so you want to pick the next one?
Let's see.
You pick the next one. Yay! Sorry.
What was the one? Montana hates the homeless?
Oh, yeah. So, all right. This one's a sad story. Oh, please, New York Times, don't give me that. Okay, docs this. Make sure it doesn't show it though.
There's the reason why people prefer to be homeless in California.
Screw you, NYT. You won't do it to me today. A city campaign against homelessness brings stories of violence. Local officials call for residents to deter the homeless in Kalispell, Montana. But the unhoused residents said they were then accosted and attacked. Who would have thought the government encouraging bad behavior leads to bad behavior? After watching a growing series of tents and other makeshift shelters spread to cities and parks, officials in northwestern Montana town decided it was time for a crackdown. Wow, a crackdown. Montana is one of the lowest. By the way, Montana has some of the shittiest education and quality of life and wages in the entire country. But let's just continue on. They shut off water and electricity at city parks. They even approved of an ordinance to punish motorists who give money or supplies to panhandlers. The county's commissioner wrote an open letter to the community last year warning that providing shelter or resources to homeless people would enable them and entice more of them into the area. It is our hope that our community will be unified in rejecting all things that empower the homeless lifestyle. God, I love hearing somebody who has never spent a night on the streets talk. I love it. It's a lifestyle.
This, Batman.
Lifestyle, huh?
You get cancer. You live in Montana, so there's no semblance of public health care other than the Medicaid that they probably rip apart because it's a Republican-ass state. And then you can become homeless because your health care, even though it's freedom care, and you have insurance, you whittle yourself down because you're paid a horrible rate. You can't afford your home. You lost it. And now you're homeless. Well, what do you do? Most people have bankruptcy through medical debt, right? That's one of the top ways to do it. So you can literally be sick to the bone. You become homeless. And the city is like, hey, shit on them. Hey, don't give them food.
Here's
Don't
the
give 'em
official shit on them statement from the police department. Dear Flathead County residents, we, the Flathead County Board of Commissioners, are addressing the community after receiving numerous complaints of increasing and distressing problems in our valley. It recently become the second highest number of homelessness in the state. So, let's just break this down real quick. Actually, hold on before we do that. Simple truth that providing infrastructure has a predictable consequence of attracting more homeless individuals to our community. Something that is actually 100% true. If you look at California, this statistic broke me. But in California, we have 27. The stats may have changed now, but when I was doing research into it, we have over 27% of all homeless people in the entire country in the U.S. In California, just one state. That cannot happen naturally. California has 14% of the national population.
Yeah.
So the fact that we have over 27% homeless people, that did not happen naturally. That happened because states were sending them to us because we have the best services.
Because in other states, you might freeze to death in the winter. Other states, you might experience a fucking heat stroke in the summer. And other states, you'll literally go to jail if you decide to feed or give money to the homeless.
But why did I mention all this? Why did I mention all that earlier, though? Because that means that, in a way of speaking, every other state has been able to freeload off California. They've been able to basically take our money, take our resources and all our effort and say, go there. No, handle your fucking homeless. It's your homeless people. They're your people. That's the shitty thing about this, right? The way they talk about homeless people. Oh, they're coming in from elsewhere. They're coming in from outside. No, they're your own people.
Yeah.
They're your own people who can't afford to live, who suffered bankruptcy, drug addiction. These people are your people. So what you are doing is you're kicking out the weakest, most vulnerable people in your own community for no
And
reason.
also people who, like, during COVID lost their jobs.
Fuck them.
Because
Fuck them.
literally the economy
Right?
came to a halt.
Kalispell said, fuck him. Shit fucking town. Yeah, because Montana's doing so hot already. Listen, this whole, like... I wish there was a way for California to sue other states for this shit, because the fact that we have such a high homeless population, the fact that people call our cities fucking literal wastelands, is on the conservative states.
It seems like Montana believed that Jesus didn't give to the homeless, but instead told them to get a job. It seems like that was their interpretation of the Bible, right? Don't give to the needy. Don't give to the poor.
Jesus was a regular old taskmaster.
In fact, you should arrest the people or find the people who associate with the poor. In fact, why not have McCarthyism for the poor? Back in the 50s, 60s, not 50s. So was it 70s?
Mm-hmm.
Arrest people who associate with communists. Now associate with homeless, and you'll also get arrested. All right,
Nice.
Try to give them some bread, break bread with the homeless. No,
I love
Straight to jail.
love stories
Straight to
where
jail.
very religious communities are arresting their own pastors. Like, I love how there's no self-reflection in that at all. An entire room full of Christians and Catholics can watch their own pastor get arrested for handing out food, and none of them go, "This is kind of fucked up."
And there was also some states where the pastor got arrested for letting too many homeless people into the church during the night when it was like raining, when like there was horrible weather. They're like, it's not up to code.
Freedom of religion.
We
Go
don't
fuck
believe
yourself.
in regulation in this Republican state, but like we believe in the code to not let homeless people.
I can't believe I'm
Yeah,
saying
it's
this, but religious freedom. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous.
The government
And
hates you
so-
helping people, the government hates you helping yourself, and the government just hates you in general. Okay, I'm starting to walk away with that conclusion more and more. But just so you know, yeah, I'm sick of this fucking narrative that California's overran by homeless. It's because of other fucking states that it's like this, and I really wish California would go out and sue these fucking states, because like if you're going to freeload, then pay for it.
Yeah, and then you'll have certain cities in California, like Orange, like basically across Orange County.
Mm-hmm.
Right, they'll be like, oh, we don't have homeless because we're Republican. It's like, yeah, what you really mean is that you literally bust them or give them a fucking joyride in a cop car over to LA, to Long Beach.
Wow, conservatives are
Torrance, to San
freeloading.
Pedro.
Conservatives
Like-
are freeloading now, huh? Interesting.
There was an article recently, it was a cop from Bakersfield dropped off a homeless person in LA. And it's like, yeah, because literally, even within California, they do that themselves. They'll be like, oh, look at all these homeless in like downtown LA. Look at all these homeless, like literally. California also, within their own state, pushes them away into certain pockets.
The reality of this situation is that if we want to deal with homelessness, we're probably going to have to do it on a national level. Because California leading the fucking charge isn't sustainable, especially for California. Okay, just wait.
Yeah.
If the pendulum swings far enough right, and we get, because like honestly, people think California's really left wing when they're really not. California has a very strong financial sector, especially in realty. So no, our shit is pretty mixed. It is not straightforward whatsoever. Oof. But since we're getting all this hate on rich and possibly white people, let's talk about a white person who's not rich, who's awesome.
Remember that when you look at the homeless in California, they were literally from like a lot of them were from other states, and they were just exiled.
Yep.
To California.
That is yeah. Again, just remember, folks, if you take nothing away from this, and you can go look it up. I mean, it could have changed, but I don't believe it would have by now. 27% of all homeless people, 14% of the actual national population in California. So, no, there's no way that happened naturally. But since we're talking about shitty rich people and possibly shitty rich white people, let's talk about a cool white person. He ain't rich, but he's fucking with rich white people, so I love him. Meet the man, the myth, who arrested Justin Timberlake and didn't know who he was. I present to you Officer. God damn it! Officer Michael Arkinson. He's been infuriating the elites of Hampton for months. Oh, goody goody. What a handsome man. Hello. So, before we get into that, a little bit of a story is Justin Timberlake was driving under the influence, allegedly. Man has lawyers. And he got pulled over by this handsome gentleman down here. Or, not that one. That one. And he got a DWI, which is great, right? Apparently, this officer has a bit of a reputation for doing this. Apparently, he tickets people all the time. It says here that in 3 short months on the force, he's already been known for his pullover attempts, earning himself a nickname of the Sag Harbor Nazi and a little red-headed dipshit among the Hamptons' wealthy residents. Why? What does he do?
This makes me a little afraid.
Why?
It's a Gen Z cop.
I love this Gen Z cop.
Because really rich people might just try to sue him, or not. They can't really sue him, right? They'll sue the department.
Oh
right?
yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
they'll come up with a bunch of countersuits
For like targeting, harassment.
Lawyers.
Yeah, even bullshit lawyers too.
But like, just putting up the suits.
Bullshit
Maybe the department
lawsuits,
will be
yeah.
like, hey, it isn't worth having this dude. He's creating a lot of cases.
Good.
Even though he's in the right.
Get that money, officer. Get that goddamn money. Hell yeah. Get that Hamptons money.
He's not gonna be able to. It'll all just be done through the department. You can't really just sue a police officer up front like that.
No. No, I meant the officer ticketing those Hamptons.
Oh yeah, give it to the
Yeah,
to the state.
Get that guy
to the city.
one time. Yeah, get that goddamn ticket money.
Yeah, that does make me think like. So when he tickets the Hampton people, does he give like the highest amount he could give for a fine?
Oh my god,
right? Because
please.
sometimes there's like a gradient scale of like how much you can give a fine for, right? What's the minimum versus the maximum?
Here's the story. So a guy was trying to meet a friend, so he took a quick U-turn, and he got pulled over by Mr. Arkinson. I explained that I was on, and then another guy was talking on his phone. Now, admittedly, I would be a little pissed off at this too, but you know how sometimes when you drive, you kind of like I don't want to show what's on my phone, but kind of drive like that, you kind of just talking with it kind of near you,
Maybe you can't do that.
You can't,
That's a no-no.
You can't fucking do that in the Hamps, okay? Because when he's, quote, I explained to the officer that I was on speaker and I was just holding my phone, but he told me I should have been using Bluetooth. He added, I thought he would give me a break. I was driving less than 25 miles per hour trying to get to the Y in East Hampton. Instead, he hit me with a $145 ticket that he hasn't paid.
This reminds me of like, I remember being super young, and there was it Keeping Up with the Kardashians? And I think they were in California, and one of them was driving while on the phone. And I was like, what the fuck? How come she's getting away with this on live television? Well, it's not a live fucking reality TV show, but she's literally driving. You can see it in the show. She's driving while talking on the phone. I'm like, leave it to any poor person. You're instantly ticketed. But it's nice to know that this Gen Z cop is making the law equal and just.
Uncommon Cop W, Michael Arkinson. Fly high, King, fly high.
Yeah.
All right, next one. The Hwak Tuah girl. Have you heard about that?
I heard a little bit of this. She talks about giving the Gluck 3000, and then she got fired.
Oh yeah.
Giving the instructions of how to give the Gluck 3000.
Well, I don't think she gave instructions, but because if those count as instructions, if those count as instructions, man.
She was almost giving a demonstration. She was
spit on that thing.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. If she just spits on it and that's it.
She's about to give a 4D experience, like at fucking Universal when you get all wet from like the machine.
Well, let's watch it. The Hwak Tuah girl.
Like you're watching like the ant slide and you get with like slime and it's like on your face.
What the fuck, man?
You never been to Universal? The 4D experience, where they're like, oh, it's the movie. It's not 3D. It's 4D, and it's 4D because like your chair shakes and they spray water in your face.
No.
Okay.
But
sorry.
I have not had.
I didn't mean to disturb.
You did stir the deep feelings inside me of regret. But let's watch the original clip before you enter the story, just so we know what she did. Wait, is there no sound? God, I hate. Oh, there it is.
You gotta give him that Hwak Tuah and spit on that thing. You get me? What's one move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time?
Oh, you gotta give him that Hwak Tuah and spit on that thing.
Oh, you can't hear it?
I can't hear it.
Oh. God. You know, for those of you who use Zoom still, God, I hate the fact that you have to enable sound sharing every time.
What's one move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time?
Oh, you gotta give him that Hwak Tuah and spit on that thing.
I don't think that was a demonstration. I think that was a very
Okay. All right. That was not a demonstration.
That was not a demonstration. That was
not a demonstration. I've been corrected.
Fire
I've never
this
seen the
woman.
video,
Kill her. Kill her.
But when I hear Hwak Tuah, like you're spitting out a loogie,
spitting out the cum.
I'm going to infer some things. All right.
Oh God, she got fired. I don't think she should have got fired. She should have gotten reprimanded and probably like, hey, just take your social media down or whatever. But
I don't know, cause like when you're in a position, you are like a pseudo representative for what you're part of.
yeah. Let's not pretend. Oh yeah, but let's not pretend the other women in the school district aren't like, okay, like.
Well, sure, but like they don't broadcast it. And the thing is, if this never went viral, it wouldn't have been a problem, right? The problem is that everyone knows, right? She could have gone away with it if she didn't go viral.
I don't know, man, because like we're heading towards a point where everyone's gonna have these types of like moments. So it's.
I don't know if everyone's. Well, it'll be recorded, but as long as it doesn't reach the eyes of your employer, which will be really shitty. And to be fair, in the job market, they might just do it. You'll get lower wages, you know?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe they'll use it against you.
I don't know, man. The Hwak Tuah girl? I don't know. Maybe, you know what? Maybe it would have been better if she was a high school teacher. But I don't know. Actually, before we get into that part, I just want to read to you the name of the school she came from. Epstein Day School.
Oh God, this is not matching well. The
Oh
Hwak
no, okay, it's not the actual school.
Okay.
But I say like, holy shit, that's funny. No.
All right, misinformation.
No, wait, no, it's real. No, Epstein Day School's real. Holy shit, it's actually real.
So the Hwak Tuah blowjob viral video.
Oh, and
she taught at Epstein Day School.
Wait, she's a preschool teacher. You know.
Preschool teacher.
I'm going 50-50 on this one because it's like preschool. On one hand, I would say high school people might be more mature, but on the other hand, they're also like horrible.
Yeah.
Preschool kids though, they don't know jack shit. So like And frankly, preschool kids shouldn't have phones.
Parents are like, I don't think it's right to fire you necessarily for your beliefs. Maybe if you had like a really horrible, like if you were like extremely racist, then I'd be like, well, okay, yeah, you're getting fired. But like, I don't know, if you're doing stuff like this, and everyone sees you as that,
yeah,
I think it might be, you might be up for the ticket, right? You might be up to.
Yeah, but it's also not in her control how people are going to see her, though, right? Like.
Well, sure. I don't think. Well, she had the choice not to do that.
Well, of course. I mean, that's the choice everybody has, right? Just don't be on social media. But like that's increasingly unreal. Yeah, just
most people are on social media, but they don't. Know the instructions for the perfect BJ.
That was not okay. Okay, calm down there. That was not instructions. And also,
Okay, then what did that not associate with the BJ? Was she not explaining what was needed for the perfect sexual action?
Okay, I think you're adding more into it than there was, though. She said Hwak Tuah and laughed, and then you're like, well, she gave intense instructions.
On that thing.
Well, okay, that changes everything.
On that thing, yeah, she gave an instruction. She was telling them how she would go about giving the perfect X-rated word.
I don't know, man. It's just.
I think that's also another angle of it too. It's like she's like the person's asking, "Hey, how would you do this sex act?" And she's like, "Here's how the preschool teacher will do the sex act from the preschool teacher's mouth."
Yeah, but isn't that like the most dishonest way to frame that though too? Because it's like, when you frame it like that, you make it sound like she like went to like, no, she didn't. That's not what happened. It's kind of an oversimplification of what's going on. So, while I understand...
But
Nah.
she did sound out how she would spit on that thing.
She went Hwak Tuah, which, I don't know. It's like, it's a joke, though.
She's giving the onomatopoeia
Yeah,
for the pee-pee.
I guess, but it's just like, it seems like this is just going to be, I don't know, man. I
don't
just
feel
hope...
really strong one way or the other.
I guess
but
I
can see
do,
why...
because I wonder if a man would have been given the same treatment. And also, we complain about teacher shortages, but then someone makes, a Gen X or a Gen Zer, whatever, millennial, makes an off-color joke on social media, and then shit goes to dynamite. Boom goes to dynamite.
I don't think that's the reason why there's not teachers, right? I don't think it's because...
Oh, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I just said, like, we're complaining about all of this, but then we drop teachers kind of, like, silly, like Willie. So it's like... It's on, like, willy-nilly. It's like, when you're willing to drop teachers over this, you can't complain about shortages, though,
Especially, like, in local circles, local apps for, like, your neighborhood. And they're
Yeah.
like, hey, look, don't go to this school because of X. Don't ask to not go with the teacher because of Y. They're gonna use that, right?
Yeah. Well, that's a part of the reason teachers are...
a problem.
That's a part of the reason teachers are turned off, though, right?
School.
But that's a problem with... That's always been a problem with teachers in general, though, which is that they are hyper scrutinized. And while that makes sense because they are teaching children, you got to keep in mind that they do lead personal lives. And if this is an expectation of a job that pays like ass, no one's gonna do it. I mean, like,
I think this was always an expectation.
Yeah, but the
I
job...
don't think you could have just went off on video talk about how you would spit on that thing.
Oh, I 100% agree. But then you want to complain about there being a shortage of teachers, which is like, okay.
Yeah.
It seems like you can't really complain if you're willing to throw teachers out over this type of shit.
Well, sorry, can we just not throw out teachers because we have a shortage of teachers? If you have like a really bad teacher...
This isn't a really bad teacher.
Yeah, but this also isn't the reason why there's no teachers. The reason why there's no teachers is because there's no pay.
Not at all, actually. A part of the reason there are no teachers is because of the scrutiny. Actually, no, that's totally true. A part of the reason there aren't as many teachers now is because of the scrutiny. It's the scrutiny in combination with the low pay. You're right. But people would be willing to take scrutiny if the pay was there, but it's the combination of no pay, a shitload of scrutiny, and absolutely terrible treatment.
A level of scrutiny is okay. I think you should be giving it because... I don't know if you should be giving out how you would spit on that thing.
I guess you shouldn't be able to complain about the shortage of teachers then, though.
And then parents are going to get all angry.
Yeah.
It makes the school look bad.
Yeah. But then now you have less teachers, and you have more students to teachers, and your education gets worse. I don't think I would
lower the scrutiny bar.
I think it's okay to lower it. Because at the end of the day, like, these teachers are going to live their own lives outside of the school district. And if you make it harder to just exist as a person outside your job, that job becomes very unappealing. So I want there to be more teachers.
But how many people are going on video talking about how they're going to spit on that thing?
It's not just that, though. I'm not saying it's just that. I'm just saying it's another thing. Like, here's another reason.
But then again, I think this is...
And it's a reason that's been around for a long time.
Here, but, like, I think this isn't very unreasonable to just not talk about sex acts.
I mean,
you're public recording.
You're a 27-year-old woman in public.
Having a dinner, and like you're talking amongst friends and family. Then I'm like, okay, but like if you're going in public recording, you know you're being recorded.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, that's a bit rough.
I mean, it's social media.
Because then it lives forever, and you're broadcasting it to the world.
Oh, of course. However, everybody in our age group has social media. Everyone in our age group has done shit like that. So
but not everyone is doing sex instructions on social media.
People make references to sex all the time. It's not about it being a specific way. It's about it just being done in general.
How are you referencing the sex? Are you saying birds and the bees, or are you saying Hwak Tuah on that thing?
Well, she's with adults. She's making a joke on social media intended for adults. Children shouldn't be on social media anyways, right?
So you can make that point, but the fact of the matter is they're all on social media.
Well, then you got to change the standards, or else you're just not going to have as many teachers. I mean, we're okay.
Well,
Look, if
no,
we
'cause
were
I don't
okay
think-
with
I don't
upholding
think that's the
tradition,
main reason why.
I didn't
If I
say
had
that.
to-
I'm just saying that if we're
I had to
okay
place the reason,
upholding
I think the
tradition
shortage
for the
would be
sake of our
okay.
tradition, as long as we're
I think
okay
the
with
shortage
falling
would be
education,
gone if there was paid benefits that mirrored the type of effort needed to be.
you wouldn't have to pay them as much if the scrutiny wasn't as high.
Well, there would be a lot more backlash.
Not if the
And what's
scrutiny
the
wasn't
effect
as
of
high.
having less scrutiny? You know.
A more liberal perspective on what teachers do, or maybe a more stringent perspective. Hey, kid, don't worry about what your fucking teacher's doing outside of school. Fucking pay
That's
attention.
true, but then they come back into school. This one happened with the preschool, right? Because they probably don't know what the fuck's happening.
Yeah, they're preschool.
But,
Their
like,
brains
if it was
aren't
in
working.
Middle school and high school.
Yeah.
Then they would come back and be like, "Oh, look, it's the Hwak Tuah. Everyone's going to hear about it. Everyone's going to know about it. It's going to live forever."
Yeah.
And then they're just going to talk about it in class.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to become a class disruption.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be like, "Oh, look, it's the teacher. There's a Hwak Tuah."
Sure.
It's going to become an issue in the classroom.
Sure, but that's the type of thing that needs to be kind of nipped in the bud, though. That's a fault of maturity on the kids.
I think schools are not very good at nipping that in the bud.
They're not. However, they're not doing good on a lot of fronts right now, and I don't think this helps.
Yeah.
This, if anything,
but
hurts
this
it
is
more.
just- it's a compounding issue.
Yeah.
That'll make at least middle school and high school classrooms worse.
Mm-hmm.
If you just let teachers be all laissez-faire.
I wouldn't say laissez-faire. I wouldn't say like they should be able to do like porn videos and stuff like that. I just mean more like, hey, if they said something off-colored, give them a warning, reprimand them, and then move on. I don't think this should have been like she gets fired, because it's like, could you imagine, like, I remember when I was talking to some of the teachers in our district about it, and one of the common complaints that they bring up is the amount of scrutiny from the parents. And it's not even just on like their social lives. It could just be on the way they run their classrooms, or on the way they sometimes discipline. A lot of damn, he got the call ended. Well, just to finish the point, a lot of parents hate when their teachers discipline their kids. It's not a teacher's place to discipline their kid, or whatever the fuck bullshit reasons they're on. And that's a part of the scrutiny that I think really hurts having more teachers in the classroom, especially women. However, I don't want to just monologue while he can't reply back, because that ain't fair. Okay. Yes. Hello?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Just gonna share my screen real quick. Well, so yeah, she was fired. Let's see. Well, you know what, I think one of the best parts about this story is the statement of let's see, from the, I think it was the principal. Let's see. Let's see. I think they had the quote. Do they not have a quote anymore? Yes, theories of why people, irrespective of gender, are liking the spitting act. One in theory there is the trend says crazy nothing. I guess I can't even find. Am I like missing it? There was a quote from the principal saying like, we don't like spitting on anybody here. I just thought it was very funny.
You fuck.
Yeah, right.
Let me see here. Yeah.
Might be in another article, maybe, but basically, though, the principal of the school said, "Look, we just don't believe in spitting on anybody or anything at any time." Something along that line. I always thought that was really, really hilarious of a reaction to have. So
there was a fake hoax. A hoax that went around saying that, we have kids spitting on each other and everything else since they heard their beloved Miss Haley say, spit on that thing
Ha!
on YouTube.
Ha. You know, in the
But it also says in the article, so no, the Hwak Tuah girl was not actually fired from a job, but somebody else for using that meme.
Wait. Hey. That's cool. I'm glad she didn't actually get fired. Oh, someone got fired for just using it?
Yeah, for social media.
Well, damn, that's embarrassing. I misread that entire story. Damn, the heat's baking me. I gotta get the fuck out of this room. Oh, God.
Yeah, so the claim that she was fired was from a satire page.
Wow, they got me good. Damn you.
They got you good. They got you.
I didn't read
got you baking in the summer sun.
They did. I'm so disgustingly hot.
So she was not fired.
Good.
For saying Hwak Tuah spit on that thing.
I don't even know if she was a teacher though, because. Oh, so that's just a false statement. Okay, yeah. So we don't even know where this girl works then. Damn, that's embarrassing. Don't worry. We can just change YouTube history like this never happened. Hwak Tuah girl, ruining my career. I'm defending her. I'm standing on the rocks, like the simp that I am. Only to find out that the rocks were never there, and I get hit by the ocean.
I guess we don't know if she's a teacher. But yeah, that claim was from a satire page. She was a teacher from Epstein Day School.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to turn on the fan real quick.
Imagine if I was there. Imagine.
Okay, fuck. You want to move on then?
Yeah, we go to the next one about the kidney transplant.
Oh, stay awake during surgery. Oh, okay, this one's yours. Cool.
So,
tell us about it.
When you go to the doctor and you go for a surgery and they say we're going to put you under, that might be a thing of the past, at least for some surgeries, because in surgeons at Northwestern Medicine performed a kidney transplant on a awake patient, marking a first in the Chicago-based healthcare system. So, when you literally have your organs being taken out and replaced in your body, in the future, you might opt in to just be awake for the whole thing.
It was a pretty cool experience to know what was happening in real time, to be aware of the magnitude of what they were doing. Adding, he felt no sensation whatsoever. I had been given some sedations for my own comfort, but I was still aware of what they were doing, especially when they called out my name and told me about certain milestones they had reached. Okay, that's fucking weird. Instead of a normal general anesthetic, doctors use a single spinal anesthesia shot? Okay, but would this work on people with spinal damage?
Well, no, I mean, look, there's a chance, right? You get a spinal leak whenever you get, like, a shot in your spine. Yeah, it's used during cesarean section, so, like, when you get a C-section as a pregnant woman, you have to get a baby. But I'm just here thinking, like, dude, like, what if you, like, is there a chance you could freak out, right? Because I feel like some people, they might opt for it, and then in their head, they're just like, oh my god, like, there's my kidney. It is literally above me.
There is all my internal juice just there.
And you know, for a lot of people, there's people that don't want to go under, right? They don't like the idea of being put to sleep for surgery, so this could be good for them, right? There's some people who are afraid.
Would you want to do this, or would you prefer getting knocked out? For me personally, I'd prefer getting knocked out, time travel through that whole motherfucker.
I think I'd like to be awake for the experience.
Fuck that, bro.
Of being able to be like, I've seen this happen.
Fuck that.
And I feel like there'd be a rich person out there who would when they have to do the surgery, they pay the doctors to dress up as fucking aliens.
I have a feeling some crazy asshole put a mirror above him to watch himself get fucking cut open.
Yeah.
Okay? Holy shit. It's crazy. Fuck that. I want to just sleep through it. I want to wake up like nothing happened with a new like cut somewhere on my body.
And another part of it was that you also get to go home sooner. So instead of waiting like 3 days, it'll be within 24 hours, at the end of 24 hours.
Wow, that's actually really impressive. Huh.
So you literally get to have what was probably a very traumatic experience, and then you got to go home.
It says here that basically making this an outpatient procedure.
Damn.
You can do this in less than 24 hours, which is fucking crazy. Medical technologies. You know, that's the one area that I feel like doesn't get enough hype by techno nerds like me. We don't hype up medical technology enough, man.
Yeah.
Medical technology is dope because like we love science, we love rockets, and we love fast vehicles and flashy stuff, but you never think about the shit that like, oh hey, you know that thing that might make your doctor's visit like a third of what it used to be? No one celebrates that shit. It's crazy. It's really crazy, but this is amazing. Because a lot of what makes a hospital visit expensive is your time in the bed. Is your time in recovery and getting all that help from the nurses, getting additional drugs and whatever else you need. So this might actually have the effect of lowering prices for people who need these surgeries.
Just 2 less days in the hospital.
Yeah, that's crazy. And the amount of work you can get, like, you can work in those 2 days.
You can watch a YouTube video while you're getting your kidneys removed.
That's
While the Brazilian workers are taking apart your body, you can watch some TikToks, some YouTube shorts.
While you're being disassembled, you can watch us.
Yeah, while you're being disassembled, you can have a nice old YouTube video playing above. Dude, that whole might do. Imagine going to like a boutique hospital. Like, oh yeah, stay awake, be more productive during your surgery. And you're just like doing paperwork, just looking up at like the ceiling,
using your eyes.
Dog open.
Yeah, you ever seen those? You ever seen those devices that just use eye inputs and shit?
Yeah.
Oh,
just use your eyes. To look. Yeah.
Oh my god, this is weird.
It's weird.
This
and
is
now
weird.
you can, even at your worst, when you're literally having surgery, you can be productive. And I gotta say, that's American, right?
Okay, I will just say, personally,
work through your kidney transplant.
I hate. Like, I know this might not be similar, but the closest I got to this is getting fillings. I hate getting fillings. I hate being awake because they give me a lot of anesthesia, and because I smoke weed. When you smoke weed, you need more anesthesia or whatever, and it's usually fine. But I'm just sitting there like, you sure you can't just put me out for this? Like, can you just not just like knock me out so I can just wake up in like 2 hours? No. Okay. God damn it.
By the way, don't go to TJ for that. Or if you do, just know somebody who know who you're going to.
Know somebody.
They might not give you anesthesia.
Coca.
They might.
Coca. Cocaia.
It's gross. It's bad. But
oh, we have a big W. We have a giant W actually. Julian Assange, a name we haven't heard in years. Holy shit, we haven't talked about this guy in years. I don't know if we ever even talked about him on the show.
Honestly, I thought Chelsea Manning gave him up.
I think we did talk about Chelsea, but I don't know if we ever actually talked about Julian.
Yeah,
so
Julian Assange is now a free man.
Well, please give the background for who and what Julian Assange.
So Julian
is
Assange,
and did.
Man behind WikiLeaks, hosts a website where they leak a bunch of shit. So whistleblowers like Chelsea Manning would go to WikiLeaks to post the information they got that is crucial for people to know about, right? In this case, they were talking about, there was video footage of like helicopters, U.S. helicopters bombing civilians. Stuff that the U.S. basically just kept under wraps, right? Chelsea Manning, who was a veteran, had all these like U.S. cables, all these files. I was like, where am I going to put this?
Another 19-year-old with access to fucking super secret documents.
Yes. And so what these people do is they put it onto WikiLeaks, a secure website, so people can see it and use it.
Yeah.
But You know, like Chelsea Manning, she got caught. She was in solitary confinement for a while. Luckily, her sentence got commuted, and she was able to get out. She did do a little ping pong back and forth. But Assange, he was gone. He was overseas, in the Ecuadorian embassy in a European state. I think it was in Britain.
Yeah, he was extradited to the UK, and
Yeah.
then he languished there for a long.
Yeah, and if you see
time.
the photos from during that time, or I'll put it in the edit.
I'll
he looked fucking disheveled.
I'll show
when
you
he was stuck in that embassy.
I'll pull it up. Hold on, Julian.
He was stuck there for years, just hiding away. Because when you leak stuff about the American government,
they want your
go
fucking
to jail.
They want to wear your balls as a necklace.
Yeah, like Edward Snowden, he leaked, and then he had to flee the country. He knew what he had to do. He's like, all right. He literally went to a fucking refugee camp in Hong Kong, right? When he first started running away from the U.S., right? Like, you have to escape. And when the U.S. wants you for telling them on their shit. And luckily, through a plea deal that this disheveled man gave, that he got, he was able to get free. They said they gave him credits for his time spent in the embassy being holed up. Like, yeah, you were pretty much in jail.
Yeah.
You were stuck in an embassy. You ended up looking like a fucking caveman. Look at that. Yeah, he became a fucking, like, LA hipster. Right? He probably has a man bun behind there.
He probably does.
There was also something where he had a case from, I think, in Sweden, where they said that he was with an underage girl, but then the charges were dropped. They say it was due to time. So there's a chance he would have out. Some people were speculating that wasn't even, like, a true case. Some people were saying, like, oh, maybe they're just trying to put that on him to put more pressure on him to make the case seem more heinous to other countries.
Yeah,
that were holding him.
Well, I think the biggest takeaway from this is, well, a few things. As far as I understand, the U.S. didn't actually do any prosecution, so that means that there's no legal changes as far as whistleblowers are concerned. However, this is good because this shows that you can leak against the U.S. government and get away with it. Now, we should be watching Julian Assange. Unironically, we should be keeping a close eye on him for the next couple years.
Like a decade of his life.
No, right? That's not what I mean. Like, we should cameras everywhere. Like like this man needs to be under 24-hour surveillance for his own fucking safety because the U.S.
And they might subpoena him to go on and talk one day. Like with Chelsea Manning, she got her sentence commuted by Obama.
Or they'll just give him the Boeing leaker
by a grand jury
treatment
during the Trump presidency to come back and to testify against WikiLeaks, which will also be Assange. And she was like, no, I won't do that.
No,
and then she got thrown back to jail.
No. That's not how we do this. That's not how the U.S. plays. The U.S. likes to give leakers a ride on the slip and slide.
Yeah. Ping pong back and forth between jail and not
slip and slide.
Oh, slip and crack your neck slide. Yeah.
The slip and slide. So they say that you commit slip and slide.
And you might ask, why do people do this? What's the necessity? Why don't they just go through the proper channels?
Wow, he was so normal and had no mental issues. Wonder what happened.
Yeah. Well, what happens to the whistleblowers? People speculate about some of those, like, Boeing whistleblowers, the ones that died.
Oh, you mean the ones who died of totally natural, very unfortunate, very tragic losses?
Yeah.
Causes.
Which, honestly, if you're going to be a whistleblower in the U.S., you might as well just leave the country.
Leave the fucking country. Leave the country.
You should.
Leave the country.
And let's say if you don't get killed, let's allegedly get killed by a U.S. entity, you'll end up in solitary confinement. Chelsea Manning was in solitary confinement for fucking years.
Solitary is basically akin to breaking the human mind. Yeah. So...
Just live without any concept of time and without any connection or relation to anybody. Humans are social creatures. We need human touch.
So unironically, if you're going to leak, if you're going to leak, last piece of advice too. If you're going to leak, choose your country very carefully. Go to a adversarial country. Do not go to a country with extradition treaties. There are a lot of them. In a lot of countries, you wouldn't expect it. Like Singapore has a fucking extradition treaty. Don't be very careful.
Like I know Glenn Greenwald decided to go to South America, which he was associated with the Edward Snowden files.
I think Brazil. Right? I think Brazil or one of those countries doesn't have an extradition treaty. Yeah. Or some countries do have extradition treaties with the U.S., but only for certain types of laws. So, for example, some countries will only extradite you for murder or theft or stuff like that, but they won't extradite you for this type of thing. So, pick your country very carefully to throw any would-be leakers out there, and fucking Godspeed to you, goddamn.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
And going back to why people would go through a channel like WikiLeaks and not through the regular American government, because there's a department you can go to give your files or to give what you have, and to be able to present it to Congress, to the right authorities.
Never do that.
And Edward Snowden's autobiography, he talks about how he saw other people do that. I'm pretty sure the people who are the NSA, right? Mm-hmm. And he labeled himself as Citizen 4 because there was 3 people before him that decided to go through the proper channels. Well, when they went through the proper channels, they redacted the papers that they leaked. Or they decided not to go through with leaking the papers because they knew it could have caused backlash and harm, right? But the shitty thing that the government does is they sort of hold their soldiers hostage. They say if you leak these documents, like the Chelsea Manning case, they're hurting the soldiers, right? Because if you leak these documents, you'll tell where some of these soldiers are, how their methods.
Yeah.
But if you decide to go through the proper channels, they redact it and they tell you you're a liar, and they sort of shit on you.
Just understand.
And Edward Snowden saw this, and he was in a tricky position where he's like, okay, I can either leak this and become truly Citizen 4, or I can go through the proper channels and nothing happens. And he talked about it. He was working with the NSA, and he felt like, oh, maybe these people are just lying, right? Because what they came out of it, there was no information.
Mm-hmm.
And so the government puts you in a tricky position where it's like you can either, the government basically holds soldiers hostage, so then you can't release information. Sorry, I'm going off a whole monologue. I'm gonna be like, and this and this and this and this.
No, go on. You were cooking. Do you need any goddamn ingredients? Do you need any onions or fucking salt or papaya?
I needed Edward Snowden to make it to South America and not end up in Russia, because I did hurt his public favor.
Unfortunately, though, Russia is an adversarial country.
Yeah, which they would protect him. They're like, yeah,
he fucked with America. Yes, comrade. He fucked with them. Yeah. Oh well. Yeah. It is what it is. But the reason why this is important is because it is, obviously, if you want democracies to function, you need freedom of information. And at the end of the day, power will do anything it can to protect itself. And democracy is the regulation of power. At least that's the way I consider it. Because democracy doesn't get rid of power. It only regulates it. And if we can't even regulate it, then we're not free. We are heading towards a really bad place. So this is great news. I'm really happy for Julian.
Yeah.
I even have a button. Hey, I even got it. Hey, check it out.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll wear it today.
I think the way I put it before is the government uses soldiers as human shields that whistleblowers have to go through, right? Mm-hmm. They're like, hey, you can't tell us on our bullshit, because soldiers will get hurt. So don't tell us that we're criminals, or show the evidence as to what they're doing that's of criminal nature.
So the problem with this is that they say, so there's a term in the military called OPSEC. Just so you know, I'm not in the military. I'm just a LARPer. And OPSEC, obviously, it's operational security. It's what it sounds like, and that is very true. Like, OPSEC is very important to maintain, the cohesiveness of an operation. However, a lot of militaries have to just understand the fact. Well, they don't. They fight it as hard as they can. That they are an extension of a democratic body, and that they don't get to choose they shouldn't get to choose what information gets handed out to the public. Unfortunately, there's also another point that it should be considered. They do give information out. The military does give this information out, but it gives it to the politicians. Politicians know about this. I remember there were emails, right, between senators and...
Yeah, it'll be like certain ones that are on commissions or like boards, right? There's certain committees within each house, right? The House of Representatives and the Senate, and those committees will get documents.
So they are considered the public equal to us, which I always thought was kind of interesting, because technically they are, but, representatives and all. But it makes you wonder whether or not this is a flaw with, like, representative democracy. because then you can do shit like this, and you can say like, well, we did make this information public. We gave it to your senators. It's like,
yeah, but do you trust your senator? Do you trust the politicians?
yeah, like
that's the shitty position.
our
right?
democracy's kind of faulty, so it's like,
did Nancy Pelosi or Mitch McConnell do the right thing here? I guess not. Not that I'm not sure if they were on the committees, but the ones who were, I'm gonna guess they did make the right choice.
All right, let's pick up the. Oh, we have a few more. Oh, we added a few more on the bottom. Holy shit. Okay. Which one do you want to go up with next? Do you want to do the Boeing Starliner?
Is that the thing about the ISS?
So, Boeing and NASA sent some astronauts into space and they're fucking stuck.
Yeah, so Boeing, the famous American company
that
makes
a lot of stuff.
Plane parts and spaceship parts, the ones where whistleblowers call them out on horrible... I'm blanking here. What was it? Horrible... oh no, I'm about to get shot. I'm talking about Boeing. Oh no.
Basically,
upkeep, right? Because they're using bad parts.
Is this what happens when we don't use Elon's SpaceX?
Yes. But just make sure to not give his rocket ships a wash. All right. Make sure you don't run it through a car wash, or else it might just explode. All right.
It might not fly at all. Yeah. Internally, at NASA, Starliner's latest target return date is July 6. According to the source, who spoke on condition of anonymity, such a return date would mean that the mission, originally planned for 8 days, instead would last a month. God damn! I hope they have enough food. The current problem center of this mission, which is needed to back the capsule away from the ISS and position it to dive through Earth's atmosphere. Many of the Starliner's thrusters have overheated when fired, and the leaks of helium used to pressurize the thrusters. So this whole thing is just broke. They just sent a broken ass spaceship up there,
which sort of lines up with what whistleblowers were saying, right? That they weren't keeping up to their standards when building these machines.
Space is not the place for that, by the way.
Allegedly.
Space is not the place for that.
Yeah, so we heard them talk about it with their planes. You know, people might speculate, be like, maybe they're doing that with their fucking spaceships. Like,
wonderful.
Like the stuff that sends you to the void. Like, yeah, that's the stuff you need to skimp on.
The thing that you only have one chance, and that's it. Because once it leaves, there's nothing anybody can do.
And if you might think, oh, I don't care, it's space. It is your tax dollar.
It is,
right?
Yeah, it is your tax dollars.
Your taxes, right? This is a space mission. This is done by government money.
Space is important for many scientific and moral reasons. I think the biggest reason, without getting too deep into it, is it gives us all hope for the future. Not when millionaires and billionaires go to space. I'm talking about scientific or industrial space achievements, like a space station or like the ISS being... I consider the ISS the pinnacle of human technology, even if it is technically not. Because a lot of that shit's dated. Like, a lot of the technology on the ISS is dated.
Yeah.
But think about it. We put an object into space for 30 years, and it's still there. That's incredible.
People going in and out of it like a fucking space hotel, right? But only for smart people.
It literally is the pinnacle of human achievement. So, if the moral reason is it challenges us to do greater things, and it puts human energy into things that aren't war, I think it's good to have a target and ambition, and that ambition's better put towards stuff like that, to science and development, rather than war. But that's the problem with space, right? Shit that can carry people can also carry bombs. So, it is what it is. But yeah, if it makes you feel any better, Boeing's fucking up a lot lately. But,
yeah,
you know. Maybe SpaceX can save us. You know, Elon GigaChad 420.
Bezos' company. Jeff Bezos apparently also has a spaceship company, but nobody ever talks about them.
Virgin, what was it, Blue Virgin?
Yeah.
Or Virgin Orbit? Something like that?
Something like that, yeah. I mean, that's the point, right? Nobody even remembers their name.
Yeah.
So,
let's move on. Chinese workers. Okay, so I have no idea what's going on in this. All I know is, man, I do not want to be these motherfuckers.
Oh boy.
High winds leave crew dangling from Beijing skyscraper. Could you imagine seeing this shit in like LA? Just like driving around and you look up at one of the big towers and just like
Just dangling.
12 dudes just dangling from it.
Ooh.
Holy shit. God damn. So apparently something happened with their safety equipment and it kind of like blew them off of the building, basically. I think those guys.
They had ropes.
Yeah, I think those guys were like cleaners or something like that.
I remember those old like photos of like what are they? I don't know if they're building the Empire State Building, but old America when they didn't even have ropes. They're literally just on top of buildings with nothing holding them up.
They did put nets in eventually, but the problem with nets was that nets, if you land on them wrong because you fall high, you would break your neck. So it's like. It doesn't really save you, especially when you consider that you break your neck and then tumble into the water. So it's,
in a fucked up way, I think Tom Cruise is jealous of these people. Tom Cruise, who always does his own stunts, is crazy stuff like hanging off of a fucking airplane, right? Like, ugh.
Ooh, I'll skip the Just Stop Oil one just because it kind of goes along with this story. I'll do it after this one. Texas man who fatally shot protester goes to jail. What's this about?
Yeah. So there is a...
Come on, you.
U.S.
What the
veteran.
fuck? Do you see this?
I don't see the...
Do you see this? It's not even going into the...
Yeah, it's not... Just press on it.
What the fuck just happened? What did I just do?
Your RAM. I don't know.
Whoa.
You don't know a RAM, so I would be surprised if it was your RAM.
24 gigabytes, baby.
I don't even know if it's your CPU. I don't know.
I don't know. All I know it's overheating.
Well, you know how people are angry at protesters. They'll sit in the road. They'll be protesting on the street, on the highway, and people are like, if only you could shoot them, right? Some people get angry and they just want to go up and just hit them with their car. And a Texas man literally did that to a BLM protester. He was riding with rideshare, either like Uber or Lyft, something along that nature. He dropped off a person. He's trying to get around, and there was BLM protesters on the road. And to his statement, he said that when he stopped, the guy pulled a rifle at him, so that's why he pulled out his gun, and shot him. But during the trial, the witnesses said no, he did not. The witnesses say that the protester did not pull a rifle on the driver, both of which are U.S. veterans, and that the dude in the car just shot a protester for no good reason. That the man in the car...
Oh, the story has layers.
Away, and that he could have walked away, got driven away, and also that he wasn't in imminent danger. The dude did not point his rifle at him. The guy did have a rifle. The protester was a U.S. Air Force veteran. He did have an AK-47, but it was legal. He was legally carrying. It's fucking Texas.
On one hand...
Everyone can have a gun. Everyone probably has a gun in Texas. You walk through the street.
Straight up. On one hand, it's like, don't bring guns, don't bring weapons to a protest. That is honestly words to live by. You don't ever... Especially if you're like a college student. Don't. Or like a youngin or old person. Really don't bring weapons. That should go without saying.
Yeah.
However, with the way shit's going right now, it might be smart to actually walk around with a strap. It's one of those things where if you're in a place that lets you might want to consider it. But this is a good example of the risks you take on when you bring a firearm anywhere you go. It doesn't matter if it's a protest. It doesn't matter if the scene is hot. If you bring a gun, you are escalating the threat level to the point where someone is going to fucking die. Right? Yeah. That's why 2 guys pulled out guns, 1 walked away. Because that's how that shit works. You have, guns involved, people die. And...
Yeah. And the judge... I'm not sure it was the judge or the jury. Well, the judge sentenced him to 25 years. The jury found him guilty. And that's that, right? You would think that, all right, he gets 25 years. But the governor of Texas said that, this is political, this is unfair, and he's going to try to pardon him when it comes to his table. So,
all right.
Well, what do you think about that? Do you think that's justice?
Well,
what do you think about the power of pardon? you can literally shoot a protester who witnesses saying, some people would be like, oh, witnesses aren't valid. Some people like Neil deGrasse Tyson would be like, witnesses are very faulty. But in the U.S. court system, it's like one of the number one pieces of fucking evidence.
Well, something you should keep in mind, I think, I'm not going to say I know exactly what Bill was thinking when he said that. Or not Bill, sorry, Neil. Neil, my bad, Neil. Well, they're like homies. It's actually really cute.
They've become one.
Yeah, it's really adorable. But I think what Neil meant by when he said witnesses are very unreliable is that witnesses are very unreliable in a scientific context because experiments need to be repeated, and human memory is by its very nature like inconsistent and flawed. In the legal system, it makes sense because you can corroborate the testimonies of several people, but it's not reliable in a scientific context because testimony doesn't mean jack shit, right?
I don't disagree with what you're saying, but he did make this point in a court setting.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Like he was being asked to be part of a jury, right? Doing his public service.
Yeah.
And he was trying to make that point.
No, I agree. No, the human memory is faulty and
there's also
bad.
cases where literally they thought like, oh, I saw this person, the person who did this crime to me, and it's not right. But as it stands, the witnesses say, hey, he didn't point a gun at him.
Mm-hmm.
The way it stands in the American legal system, this man should go to jail.
No, he should. He should go to jail. I agree.
Because the governor of Texas probably just likes the political leanings of this person, he's going to try to get him free.
I think this is a good example of this politician's commitment to law and order because people need to bring this shit up. I hate that liberals don't bring this shit up when they talk about like BLM riots or Antifa. It's like the conservatives don't believe in rule of law either. If they'll completely ignore the law or change it or manipulate it as they see fit. And this is a good example of it. It's like no one cares. It's like the Constitution, right? Law is like the Constitution in a funny way. We only care about it when it helps us. We don't give a fuck about it normally. Law? Oh, well, law is unjustified. Law is made by power. Oh, actually, no, this is against the law. This is actually a good law. That's fine. Or the Constitution. Oh, the Constitution, amazing. Constitution gives us right to free speech and assembly. Actually, I don't like that free speech. That free speech is hate speech. Or that free speech is like, I don't know, they're protesting and they're being kind of loud. I don't like it. Like, people don't give a fuck about these things. Principled fucking bullshit stances. They're not fucking principled.
No.
It's horse shit. So it's like when everybody says like, oh, I care about the Constitution or I care about law, it's like, go fuck yourself. Eat my shit. Just tell me what you believe. Stop telling me you believe in the Constitution, because I believe in it too, and that tells me jack shit. Okay? Holy shit, because I actually do believe in the Constitution. I actually think they're decent fundamental laws, foundational laws they need to be built on. That's the only thing. They have holes. They should be expanded, not cut. But that's about it. Like, I don't know. I'm not out here saying fuck. I'm not out here jerking off the Constitution, but I'm also not out here shitting on it. So here we are. So, what am I even saying? I'm just monologuing. Fuck this, man. The heat's getting to me.
I'll give you your airtime. Oh,
the heat's getting to me.
Especially because we only have 4 minutes and 20 seconds left.
So
we can keep this going, so then we don't have to cut off the next article.
Fuck. Yeah. Oh, man. Thinking about taking a break, but I'm not entirely sure. How long have we been streaming for?
Let me see. We've been streaming for
2 hours.
Have we been going on for 2 hours already?
Oh, my God.
Oh,
yeah.
Shit.
Oh.
Do you want to cut it here?
Oh, God. I wish we could just stream it at a cooler time.
Yeah. We could do.
I would have streamed it this morning, but my fucking cable was...
Yeah.
Thank you, Spectrum.
Like, well, the earliest I could do is probably 9 o'clock. Or like 9:30.
Maybe. I don't know.
And we just do it from like... We do it like at 10. Start at 10.
Well, thank you,
I know right
Spectrum.
now it's like the top of the heat. Yeah, Spectrum out here.
It's just I think. Let me just start taking a break for a few minutes.
Okay.
Get some fucking air, and we'll come back. Let me just post something real quick. We can end the call here, by the way, so we don't waste up our time. But before you do, let me just...
Or we could take the best ones that are left and put it into a prelude for the deep dive.
But I don't think it has any of those have anything to do with the deep dives, no?
Nah, they don't. They don't. Especially the human skin on a robot one. That is not.
Well, let's take a break, and if we got the stamina for it, we'll finish out. Here.
Well.
What?
Running. I was gonna say because.
Don't have running out of time.
Yeah, because like in an hour.
Everybody's in the house.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if I can go another hour.
We can push through. I can take lead.
Okay. Yeah, all right. Fuck it then. Take lead for a bit. I'm gonna go get some fucking water and cool off for a moment.
Just give it like 5-10 minutes.
You go and you fucking here. Let me put your article up. You got an article? Let me put the robot skin article up.
Oh, but I can't command the screen.
You share it then. You share the screen.
Let me see.
Let me see.
Right.
Okay. We got 10 minutes left in the meeting. I'll be right back. Please don't share any penises. Thank you. Okay.
Alright, let's see here. So I don't destroy a bunch of stuff. Let's see. What were we going through here? Santa Monica Poop. Kendrick Hamptons. Laws regarding fun refineries. Shoot protesters, go to jail. Referendums. Surge pricing at Walmart. Human skin. Robot skeleton. Beaches pollution. DeSantis school board. Yeah, let's go dystopian. This should all these pretty dystopian. Alright. Get the setup. Share screen. Alright, with this 1 minute left. Let's do this. Alright, so in... Fuck, we're about to be cut out here. Florida school district bans book called Ban This Book. They literally did. They banned the book that said, ban me, bitch. Like, which is very bad, right? Because, also, hey, we're going to need to send you a Zoom link in less than a minute.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Is it your Zoom or my Zoom? I forget. Oh, fuck, I think... Never mind. This free meeting has ended. Fuck you, Zoom. That's my fan blowing. Sorry, folks. Woo. Fuck. New meeting. Back at it like a crack at it like a tom blah like a la blah 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 la 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 la. Here. There you guys can laugh along with us. Okay, where the fuck is it? No, that's not how I wanted to do that. Mr. Crack at it like a bomb, blah, 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 blah. Oh, by the way, for any of you saying, oh, stop drinking soda. Sparkling water. So hopefully I won't be sweating as much in a few minutes. Oh, that's weird. Okay.
Do I share my screen?
Yeah, share your screen. Wait, before you do, hold on. You can't see it, but...
What am I supposed to be seeing.
Oh, here. We'll replay it for you because you weren't included. Is it not?
It's a little hard to hear.
Huh.
Is it clap? Oh, there we go.
All right. No, all right. All right, not fucking around. All right.
Oh.
All right, share it. Do it. Go on. Do it now.
Oh, well, you have to enable my ability to share.
Fucking seriously?
Yeah.
Multiple participants can share simultaneously. Okay,
So
cool.
we're going to do one that's a little dystopian.
Yay!
Florida School District bans book called Ban This Book.
Nice.
Right, so a book about book banning was banned in a school district. And part of this school district board was voted a 3-2 decision, one of whom was appointed by DeSantis. They decided to vote against this book because it references other books that are banned, but from the school board chair, they said that it does not have explicit content, right? So this book wasn't banned because it had like horrific things. You talk to somebody, you listen to someone like Tim Pool, or maybe Jordan Peterson, but especially Tim Pool. They'll talk about some of these books are banned because they explicitly talk about really horrific things, or they show pictures of horrific things. Well, this book did not have those things. The chair of the school board said, "Oh yeah, this doesn't have that."
It just references stuff that we don't like.
Yeah.
So
And
it's literally
McDonald-
just making your existence illegal.
Yeah, just making the existence illegal. And McDonald, the person who was appointed by DeSantis, was part of this county's board, for the school board, said that the novel challenges our authority. That's
A
one of the
book
reasons why
challenges
they
your
decided to ban
authority?
Yeah, because,
Come on,
all
stop
the-
handing
all
us the
about
Nazi
freedom and
comparisons.
being able to fight against the government. But if you decide to fight against a Republican government, they'll just ban your literature.
Yeah, but I was say, what happened to the small state type? What happened to the small government?
Because that's the thing, they just want, like, little pockets of fiefdoms.
They-
Of, like, their own dictatorships. Right? They're like, oh, don't give the power to the president, but when I am the governor of Texas or another Republican state, then they can have the power to literally just ban your literature.
Yeah, give me
Just ban
shitty
your
state
books.
Napoleon the power to control what you read. It's okay. Go on, Republican free thinkers. Vote for the man who will tell you how to think and what to read. Real fucking independent cash money of you. Love it.
It's one of the people said that if, let me see here, challenges our authority. It only mentions them. It not only mentions, but it lists them. Does not go over the explicit content. I want to see here the exact quote. They banned a book because it mentions other books. The selection of the book as the first being assigned represent. It was a part where they said that they don't want to incite rebellion. They actually use the words rebellious.
Hey, America was started on rebellion. Come on, un-American. Un-American. Get
At
these...
least the other book says it doesn't teach rebellion against the school board, but civic engagement.
Teach, man, God. It's like back to what we said earlier, right? Like, freedom, protest, free speech. We only care about those things when they're convenient. You know, conservatives only care about free speech when they're hating on minorities. But when minorities want some freedom, well, free speech ain't for you. Freedom of speech for me, but not for thee, is the entire state of Florida's fucking mantra right now.
Yeah.
Nice. And, you know, maybe, hopefully someone will challenge these, but, I mean, why hasn't it been challenged yet? I keep hearing that it's going to be challenged. I wonder when, you know?
Well, considering that this was decided by the board,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it will be challenged. But maybe it could, but chances are stuff like this happening across many counties, many school boards.
Mm-hmm.
And you just have to have people doing a fucking whack-a-mole contest with all these different school boards doing a lot of different book bannings.
By the
and
way,
random religious rules. There was in Louisiana or was it Montana where they decided, oh, time to put the 10 Commandments in every schoolroom?
Well, that's another part of this I think that bears mentioning is the Republicans and the conservatives by large are making a big attempt to go through the education system as opposed to the state legislature. In fact, even in California, they're doing that. A lot of people are still going after books even in the LAUSD district. So the reason they're doing this is because they recognize the fact that they cannot win more popular elections, but in some places, obviously here they might, but but they also recognize that people don't fucking vote in those super local like board of trustees or what I'm talking about. Like they don't vote
for the school board.
Yeah, school board, council, that type of thing. People do not vote in those at all, and they understand that there's very little effort needed to push the scale onto their side. So that is an area that I think liberals have been pretty weak on. They are not protecting education like they should. And that is actually a core tenet of liberalism, by the way. Free access to education. So, and free, not free education, but like free education in the sense that you're allowed to read whatever you want.
They're supported by local groups. Like here in the article, there's the Monster at Liberty, which is considered a far-right extremist group by the Southern Poverty Law Center. And they supported 2 of the 3 people who voted against this book.
Water
so
helped.
Have these like local right-wing groups that help support these campaigns. They're like, hey, do you want this thing to happen? They organize really well.
They do.
They do this a lot in small little counties. And they're able to push the needle. Because in small local elections, they could be decided with maybe 100 votes. If it's particularly small.
Your church group could swing the election.
Yeah.
So.
Or it literally can take like 100 people.
Yep.
To just swing your fucking education system for your local town.
So this goes back to the thing that we keep saying. Please vote or they will literally take your books away. Well, not kids. You guys can't vote yet. But, adults who were going to these shitty fucking schools who are not shitty adults, please vote against this. And I know it seems like a waste of time, but they don't see it as a waste of time, and that's why there's no gay books anymore. So,
yeah.
All right. I have another story.
I'll stop share.
Ooh, we got a few good ones up here actually. Just Stop Oil. So we all know who these folks are. They've been attacking random places, protesting oil usage in the UK. They also have Just Stop Oil has. I don't know if they have contingents in America, but they have a lot of supporters and people who act and think similarly to them. And, it's not letting me share my screen. There you go. And their most recent attack was against Stonehenge. They were spraying Stonehenge, which is a little too far in my case, because that is literally all of human. That is all of our history that you're kind of shitting on. Which is, However, there's something that we need to talk about because a lot of people, it would be very easy for us to just say, wow, these Just Stop Oil people, they're so evil, they're so bad. That's easy. But why do they do this? Why do they go after things? Well, actually, they go after Taylor Swift's jet. That's good. Keep doing that. But why are they going after Stonehenge and all these art pieces? Well, a couple reasons. But one of the big reasons is that this is a U.S. thing, so it might not be exact same in the U.K., but the reason it happens here in the U.S. a lot is because it's illegal to protest in front of refineries, or to protest at oil fields, or to disrupt their operations in any kind of way. It's a felony, or can be a felony depending on what you do and how you do it. So if you ask yourself why are the Just Stop Oil people keep attacking random places and art, it's because oil conglomerates and politicians have worked together to make sure that they can't go harass them. Oil tycoons are nice, safely protected from protesters, but we aren't. So they're kind of forcing us to fight each other. And our interests Just Stop Oil? their interests are our interests. They, you know, like having clean air is good for all of us. Not burning more oil is good for all of us. So this is, you could argue, conspiratorially, a tactic to push us against each other.
Yeah.
So it's very easy to just say, wow, these Just Stop Oil people, they're so bad, they're so evil. But no, like this is what happens when politicians and corporations collude. Protest becomes illegal or becomes very difficult to do. And now you're forced to disrupt people who had no business in the oil industry. So it's, you know, and if you guys don't believe me, here, I'll bring up some articles for you, just so you guys know that I'm not full of shit. Here, U.S. Law Tracker. Ooh, oh, if it will load. U.S. Protest Law Tracker. 45 states have considered, 45 states have enacted, and 303 bills have been pushed. 30 and 23 are pending. The U.S. Law Tracker follows state and federal legislation introduced January, so this is just the recent shit that restricts the right to peacefully protest an assembly. And a lot of these, right here, for example, quote, in its proposed congressional reauthorization of pipeline safety programs, the Department of Transportation included expanded criminal penalties that could be applied to protests near gas or oil pipelines. The proposal would newly criminalize under federal law vandalizing, tampering, or impeding the operation, disruption of operation of, or inhibiting the operation of a pipeline or a pipeline construction site. So if you're asking yourself, why isn't Just Stop Oil just going to the pipelines or going to the refineries or going to the shipping containers? This is why. It's a fucking felony. It's more dangerous to go protest oil tycoons and their companies than they just go and spray some fucking paint on a piece of art. So it's not Just Stop Oil's fault, in my opinion. It's our own government. But who cares, right? It's easier just to get mad. It's harder to think. But I hope those of you who are watching or who will watch this consider this when you see Just Stop Oil people. It's not as simple as people make it out to believe. So, anyway. Let's move on. Just because that one was kind of a quick one. That might just end up being a short. Oh, what do you think about this? So, before I get into the next article, are you Kendrick or are you Drake?
Of course, Kendrick. Even Obama was pro Kendrick.
Ah, I saw that. Yeah, I remember Obama was like, Kendrick's just better. Kendrick Drake's great, but Kendrick's just such a rhymer and lyric. I love that shit. That was funny.
He knew.
He fucking knew. He called it years in advance. Anyways, so what's the story? Why are we even talking about this? The obvious Kendrick slapping Drake up and down. Well, everything really. Well, it's because Kendrick hosted a concert. I think it was in where was it? I guess it doesn't really matter exactly where it was. In LA, and bro brought a bunch of the fucking shot callers of the gangs in LA. Bro pulled a fucking Fred Hampton and unified the gangs of LA in the hatred of that Canadian douchebag. Ain't that great? Ain't that a wonderful thing? Bro is bringing peace to the hood. Bro is bringing peace to the hood. He's not affiliated with. Yeah. Look.
This is the Kia Forum in Los Angeles.
The Kia Forum.
If I remember, he played Not Like Us around 6 times at this event.
One time was instrumental.
Yeah.
Oh, be ho. Step that way. Step this way. Step that way. Dude, the whole like.
It was ridiculous. Like, it was just, like he won.
He won.
Drake, who has such a huge following. I mean, Drake, he really is, like, numbers-wise, bigger, but
a little bit. The top 3, right, supposed to be like J. Cole, Drake, and Kendrick. I love the J. Cole memes. I love J. Cole memes, man. The J. Cole's just on a bicycle, enjoying life.
Yeah. Or afraid.
Nah.
Just ran away.
Nah, I think people who say that are fucking instigators. I think J. Cole is just like, I just peace, brother. I mean, J. Cole comes off like a very peaceful motherfucker, dude.
Yeah, but like, why did he have to come out and make a? He did make one song.
Did he?
Right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he made one song and then he gave up on. He's like, never mind. I'm not gonna.
No, I don't think he got. I don't think he got involved at all. J. Cole diss track? No, I don't think he said anything. Oh, he did. He made a Kendrick. He made a Kendrick Lamar diss track. Oh, I gotta listen to this later.
I'm pretty sure he made a diss track.
Listen, I listened to I like J. Cole a lot. I don't know, man. I don't think J. Cole should be doing diss tracks,
I'll say
man.
this though, like Kendrick was always the better rapper. He was better lyrically.
Than Jay or than Drake?
Kendrick was just better than Drake.
So I've heard that a lot of people who really like Drake are not like big rap fans. You know, they're not really. They're more like R&B fans. And that kind of makes sense, right? Because Drake's like, he does a lot of singing and his stuff. Like, he does do a little bit of rapping, but his thing is mostly, like, singing.
I mean, he raps.
Yeah, but, like Kendrick or J. Cole? No, it's not the same. The guy sings a lot more than they do. You know? And, I don't know. Like, is Drake hip-hop, or is he more, like, R&B? Because that's, like, that was also a debate that I've heard come up, and I think he's more R&B. To be honest, a little bit of hip hop.
I think he's more R&B, although I'm probably not the person you need to get this information from.
Oh, it's opinions. It's not a fit. No, it's not information. It's opinion.
This opinion is unweighted. This is an unweighted opinion.
No. This is like it's like when you buy one of those Fisher Price like mice and they just put a weight in it to make it feel like you bought something. But
like a true object, yeah.
A true object and not just plastic bullshit. Yes. Okay, I gotta watch J. Cole's fucking diss track. Damn it, J. Cole, no. Okay, but anyways, Kendrick brought the whole hood together just to hate on the Canadian. And can we all just say, like, can I just say, as an American, I've never felt more proud to be American, and like more hateful towards Canada. Canada, you gave us Drake. Why would you do that to us? You guys take him back. Let him.
They come over to the U.S. because this is where the money is.
Yeah, well, like Drake. Yeah, but Drake's, you know, going after him. You know,
He's a little
the youngins. I don't want him being around the youngins. Period. But you know, if he's gonna get to be free, I'd rather let him loose up in the northern reaches of Canada.
Drake is zesty.
Well, what I'm saying is, like, if Drake gotta be free, I'd rather him be free in, like, Canadian territory, as far north as possible, but,
yeah.
like, you know, just preference, you know, distance feels good here, but, you know. Anyways, next one. Oh, it's the poop water one. I'm 50-50 on it. We'll skip it. Basically, the story was Santa Monica and the surrounding areas had poop water, but all of California's water shit, so what else is fucking new?
Right, it's like a bit over 70%. 1 out of 4 days had possibly unsafe levels of fecal matter.
Possibly unsafe levels. Well, I'll fucking damn. No, it's always unsafe and gross.
It was above 80%.
It's gross. That's all you guys need to know. It's fucking gross. It's poo water and it's brown. Water isn't supposed to be brown. And also, my screen's shitting itself. I think I might actually be running out of RAM.
That'd be weird.
Yeah.
Like
holy shit.
Is that what it says in the task manager?
No, like, everything is just sort of... one of my Chrome tabs just crashed.
Oh.
No, I'm reaching the upper limit of that RAM. That's for damn sure.
I thought you had like 20 gigabytes of RAM.
I have 24, but like, and for those of you, the reason I have 24 is because I have 2 8s and 2 4s, so the math ended up being kind of weird. But yeah, no, my computer is fucking shit in the bed. I think it also might be heat.
I think it's probably.
Holy shit! I just realized it's probably heat back there too. Now there's no airflow or anything in this room, so my computer's just like kicking the can right now. Oh my god. Okay. Alright, technical difficulties. Uh-oh, computer's not responding.
I mean, we could end it here.
Before my computer experiences total heat death?
Yeah, a heat stroke.
Ugh. All right. So in light of technical difficulties,
Yes.
i.e., a heating up planet. Hey, climate change is real. Okay. Climate change is very real, as you all see.
It's too warm.
It's too fucking warm to stream. Us streamers are the greatest victims of climate change. So we're gonna cut the stream early today. Kendrick Lamar, please comment out and make the hood cooler. You've now unified the hood, so now let us use this new unified hood to cool the hood, as you know, build a big ol' umbrella over the hood, so everything else shaded. That'd be nice. All right, and oh wait, I got control back. No, I didn't. Never mind. I sure the fuck didn't. Okay, it worked for a moment, but then everything blinked. All the tabs on my screen blinked at the same time. I'm like, never mind.
If the CPU is experiencing a stroke right now.
Yeah, well,
Spazzing.
all right. Well, I guess that is a sign from the cosmic entity that we should end it here before my computer dies. Thank you guys all for watching, and hope to see you soon. Have a good one.
We'll see you later. Oh,
and now I
hopefully didn't have damage.
Please, I just wanted to save. Whatever it does, just save the recording, please. I just tried to open up Task Manager, and that's not working either. So.
Are we still streaming?
No. But now everything's frozen, so. I think I might switch. You want to call on the phone? Because,
Yeah.
Yeah, shit's wiling out.